Certified salute. Foundational Black American Certified Black Society, Black Alpha Network. We are in the building, broadcasting on this beautiful day. It is a day for us to regulate. It is a day for us to G-check. But more importantly, it's a day for us to teach. And it's time to teach everybody that if you cross our lineage, if you cross our heritage, then you're going to have to deal with the dominant society. And when you deal with the dominant society, you cannot keep coming back to us, and you can't crawl back neither. So with that said, certified salute, let me know where you from. And anybody out there who violates the code, they better hold their own biscuits. Let's go to work, family. Where you at right now? Let me know. I need to see where the whole family is. Is the East Coast in the house? Is the West Coast in the house? Is the Midwest in the house? I know the South in the place. Let's turn all the way up. Certified foundational Black American freedmen. That's the way we do. Roll call, y'all. Let's go to work full time, every day, all day. We win, knockout, all day. What it is, y'all. Y'all know what time it is. You know what it is. This is Black Alpha Network. Thank y'all for tapping in. Oh, it's a lovely day today. Oh, it's very lovely. See, it's real lovely when you stick to the code. It's very lovely when you do what you're supposed to do. And then you see everybody going in every other direction, in the directions that we ain't heading. See, we going to the bank. We going to get reparations. We going to get this money. Everybody else, they want to get a little too comfortable. Okay, they want to sell out their people. They want to act like they're a part of us. But in the meantime, in between time, we see what happens to them. We going to break down what's going on with Candace Owens. Okay, all right. She done got that wake-up call. P. Diddy, Love, Puffy, whatever you go by this week, you done got that wake-up call, and all we doing is getting to the reparations. It's a beautiful day. But family, I see FBA in the building. I see Detroit. I already see Jersey. I see Virginia Beach in the house. I see Oakland in the building. Yes, indeed, Arkansas is in the building. Let's go. Be one. That's what it is, y'all. This is all about us. It's our time to shine, and we shining above everybody else because that is what we do on this side. So, fam, I'm going to put it down on the line today, and I got a whole lot of receipts, and I need everybody to come on and let me know how you feel so we can make one thing clear, because we said this was broken tool season. We said in this generation, in this era, particularly this year, folks is getting broke every second. Fam, weren't we just here a few weeks ago and some other people was getting broke? Weren't we here a few weeks before that and some other people was getting broke? It seems like foundational Black Americans are doing the right thing. Foundational Black Americans are on code. Certified Black Society is stronger than ever. And any and everybody else who has ever went in another direction, sold us out, they are all what we call in the Black Alpha Network racially homeless, all right? And that's when you ain't got no place to go. And all we doing is stacking the money on top of each other. So certified salute to everybody in the chat. Let's go to work today, family, and let's start this thing off the right way with a little Tupac. Let's go.
Jim, what y'all think? If you whatever the fuck you think you are, and until we own some shit, I'ma call it like it is. How you gonna be a man and we starving? Go ahead. You know? And you can walk by 5 different houses, ain't a man in either one of them motherfuckers. How we gonna be a man? How we gonna be African Americans? And we out here dying. We thugs and we niggas until we set this shit right. Trust me when I tell you that shit.
Set it off right, y'all. All right. So, family, when we start breaking things down and we tell everybody that in order to go where you need to go, in order to get what you need to get, in order to attain what needs to be attained, the first thing you have to do, family, is you have to be on code and you got to represent your family. Nobody is bigger than the lineage. Nobody is above reproach. And we've always had, and I'm talking about, you can go way back to the indigenous era, like we broke down. You can go to the slave trade. You can go to the plantation. You always have folks who think they're bigger than what the family is. Nobody's bigger than foundational Black Americans. We all all move together or we don't move at all. See, we're not like them folks on the other side of the planet where they got this backstabbing tribalism where they'll sell each other out for, some butter biscuits, some candy. They'll sell each other out for a handshake. We don't do that. We move as one. We stick together. That's what separates us from everybody else. But you always got these outliners, folks who think it's them, folks who think it's all about self, and that is a direct violation of the code. And the best thing that you have to do when you are on code is if anybody goes off code, they can't come back home. They cannot come back home. No, they can't. See, the problem was for too long, people was going off code. They were selling out to community. And then next thing you know, they come crawling back saying, oh, please help us. Oh, I'm black now. We've been seeing Candace Owens running around here, y'all. And what Candace Owens been doing, y'all? She been trying to rebrand herself. She knew that it was about to come down from Zaddy and she was about to get fired. And she said, let me go try to slide back into the black community. Stacey Dash did the same thing about 2 years ago. Omarosa did the same thing about 2 years ago. All these people who sell out the community, they always want to come running back to the community. That ain't how it works. And all these folks who what I call the Negro escorts that escort these people into the community, y'all know what I'm talking about. It's the same person who escorts the W woman to the cookout, all right? It's the same one who escorts the W Zaddy to the cookout. The people who bring you to the cookout, the escorts, and the person being escorted are both being escorted the hell out the building, and we putting them on the corner. And I guess it's trash day because we rounding them up. This generation right here, y'all, not playing no games. It's about the money. It's about getting to the paper, and it's about achieving everything that we say. Dr. Martin Luther King said we come to get the check, right? Well, we coming to get the check. And you cannot get the check with the Candace Owens runs around here. You can't get the check when you got P. Diddy running around here, swirling, twirling, and all that. And we're going to break down the way the dominant society has been breaking their tools, ain't they? The dominant society got mammies on trial, Fanny. The dominant society is firing everybody. They're canceling folks. Look at Eric Adams. Look at Brandon Johnson. Just in the year 2024, you've seen an influx of folks getting broke every week. And that's a good thing. Why is that a good thing, family? Because it lets us know, line in the sand, you either going to be certified or you're going to be counterfeit. You either going to be authentic or you're going to be artificial. And in simple terms, like Malcolm X said to make a plan, you are going to be real or you're going to be fake. And anybody who's fake, we know what you're going to do with them. We know how we're going to handle them all. Yes, indeed. Stephen A. Smith, he been getting that too. Yes, indeed. Yep. And yes, these people aren't even from our community. You got a lot of people who want to come around and speak on behalf of foundational Black Americans, but they ain't foundational Black Americans. It don't work that way. You got a lot of people who want to come around and put their nose in our business. It don't work that way. So what we've been doing, and y'all know I'm always talking about it, regulators, all the regulators have been mounting up, and we've been seeing people say, no, you said that about us in 1986. You can't come back. You said that about us in 1992. You can't come back. We going way back and checking folks from the 70s. You said that in 1977 on a Wednesday afternoon at 4:15. Your ass is gone. That's how you got to do it. Because if you don't regulate the code, you don't have a code. All these people who've been running around for years thinking, well, I'm just going to go ahead, sell out the Black community, and then I'm going to come back to the Black community, and then I'm going to jump off ship again. No, when you find a broken tool, you leave them where you found them. And that's what we've been doing, family. We've been leaving them right where they are, and that's the best way to do it. But y'all know, whenever it's an episode, and we already got 200 people in here, whenever it's an episode where it's big on regulating, G-checking, then we got to go ahead and put up the fair use real quick. Let's put the fair use on the table, family, because it comes with all the receipts. YouTube, this is fair use. Strictly meant for teaching and scholarship. Strictly meant for research. Everything right here is permitted by the Fair Use Act, and we are going to break it down thoroughly with straight commentary. So fair use, all the clips and all the audio. And this episode is no more than fair use, and it is meant for all of the things in which we just mentioned. So with that said, family, Black Alpha Network, we gonna go to work. Certified salute to everybody. I've seen the whole chat. I've seen everybody in here. We already deep. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. We've been talking about it, fam. Y'all know right here on this channel, we've been talking about as the year goes by and as we proceed, we getting closer, y'all. We getting closer. The Super Bowl is coming, okay? It's Super Bowl week. And we got to have our game faces on. And we got to come with it the best we've ever came. We have no room for slacking. We have no room for lacking. And that's what I love about everybody. And that's what I love about y'all is that the Black grassroots, for the first time in history, we are in control of the Black community. The Black community was always in control by the puppets that the dominant society would put in front of us. But a crazy thing happened on the way to them doing that. We've been not only G-checking and regulating them, but you've been also seeing the dominant society getting rid of them. What do I always say, fam? I say when we get on code, all the tap dancers, the coons, the sambos, the banjos, they get put out of business. Everybody's being put out of business. Y'all seen Roland Martin running around here now, and he act like he got a problem with the NAACP. He biting our style, swagger jacket. None of them folks was ever saying anything about none of those legacy organizations until now. So you got Roland Martin, the Democratic Shields. They watching us, they studying, they observing and analyzing. They trying to jack off slang. You had P. Diddy running around here. A lot of folks don't know, but family, when I say I got receipts today, I got receipts not only on all the cases that he got, not only on all the history, but we're going to see that they've been getting real comfortable. 2 lessons you need to learn when you start dealing with the SOS, system of supremacy, just in case folks, they need this reminder, because it seems like we all understand how to operate and maneuver in the system of supremacy, but a lot of these folks act like they don't get it. So let's make sure. In the system of supremacy, don't you ever get comfortable. In the system of supremacy, you better be careful what you wish for. Because as a Black American, the only thing you can ever be is a Black American. You can't be a Democrat. You can't be a Republican. You can't be from the dominant society. You can't be a person of color. You can't be a minority. The only thing that you could ever be is a foundational Black American and certified. And if you aren't one of those, then you do not exist. So we've been going straight down the list, family, and we've been breaking them all down and letting the whole world know who's real, who's fake. So let's go ahead and say it. Hold your own biscuits. That's what it is. All these folks come around, they sell us out. Hold your own biscuits. We not coming. We ain't caping. Ain't no capes on none of us. We not coming to save no damn body. We coming around here and we regulating. That's what we're doing. So now these folks is pleading. Candace Owens is going on the Breakfast Club. Like that matters, right? They don't even know where to go to cater to us. They think the Breakfast Club matters. Hell no. Candace Owens goes to Joe Budden. That don't matter. I don't care where you show up. You can go to the Chitlin circuit. If you ain't talking about tangibles, you ain't talking about reparations, you ain't talking about real empowerment for our community, we ain't got nothing to do with you. So once we identify, we ain't got nothing to do with you. And once we identify that your ass is what we say, racially homeless, then there's only one thing left to do after that, family. The next step is to do some full-fledged regulating. And that is exactly what we are going to do, because this is what we do on every single episode. I'm big on regulating. I'm big on letting people know that you won't sell out the community. I'm big on letting the whole world know that foundational Black Americans, we exist over here in our own lane, and we don't give a damn about nobody else. That's the beauty of it. We don't wake up thinking about nobody. We don't wake up with nobody else on our mind. The only thing we wake up thinking about is how we're going to get to these tangibles, how we're going to get to this money. And if you're not talking about tangibles and you ain't talking about money, then you ain't talking about us. That's the thing about this generation, family, and I'm loving it. We getting closer to the election. Every single week, we're going to always continue to break that down, because when you get close to an election, you're talking about the real time. You're talking about when things really matter. We are trying to get everything that is belonging to us. And you got people coming out every which way. And folks been doing this for years, family. Folks been running around our community trying to sell us out for some butter biscuits. Well, if you've been trying to sell us out for some butter biscuits, well, damn it, you're going to have to hold your own, because foundational Black Americans, we ain't going for none of that. It's our time to shine. And with that said, family, let me show y'all a Black alphaism. And this is something I need y'all to screenshot, please. Please screenshot this, because this right here, family, is something that we bring to the table, and I've been saying it for years. This go for Fannie Willis. This go for Candace Owens, Omarosa. This go for Diamond and Silk, whatever one is still around, okay? And it went for the one that passed away. It went for her when she was here. This go for Diddy. This go for anybody who tries to come around and sell our community out. Y'all look at this right here. This is the term that I need the family to see, and this is the term that we running with it right now. Candace Owens, your ass is officially racially homeless, all right? Stephen A. Smith, you're racially homeless. Vanessa Jones, you are officially, he's extra racially homeless. Angela Rye, racially homeless. Puff Diddy Daddy Love, racially homeless. What is that? That's the act of selling out the Black community to appease or to perform for other groups. And once they get rid of you, you attempt to crawl back into the Black society, and we ain't having none of that. So your ass is racially homeless, and you ain't got nowhere to go. And I'm loving it. They like the migrants in the street. All right, you better go sit next to Jorge from Venezuela, because that's about the best way you're going to get anything. Y'all remember that right there. We putting all their asses right outside on the corner, and they are all racially homeless. They ain't got nowhere to go. They can't come around us no more. We have take your black card, your foundational Black American card, your wannabe certified Black society card, and we done revoke all that stuff. Why? It's because the days of going off code and selling out our community are done. Dr. Claude Anderson always speaks about many revolts by the hundreds that amassed millions of Black people, where we could have been freed from slavery 100 years prior, but we were never able to do this because folks were squealing, snitching, tattletelling on each other. We have had a sellout problem in our community for 400 years, and nobody did a damn thing about it. That's why Malcolm X tells us about the NAACP in the 1960s. They still around. That's why Tupac told us about them in the 1990s, and they still around. Well, what we gonna do, family, we gonna make the NAACP, the Democratic Shields, the Republican Shields, and anybody else who wants to join them, we gonna make all their asses racially homeless, so they better go ahead and put on their scully, tie up their goddamn boots, because if you're searching for a house, you can't come in ours. Let's go to work. Family, I'm gonna put this on the table, and I want all y'all to see this. This is what we're talking about when we start seeing Candace Owens. Y'all know on the Black Alpha Network, I've been talking about for years. Folks always say things like, he made some points now. Y'all heard me bring that up before. Y'all done heard me say that a million times. I've been saying it for 2 years. I was saying it just when I was doing the Black Alpha cast with the sound waves and the beats bumping in the back, and I was just talking. I was saying it then. I've been saying it today. We have this problem in our community where somebody will say 98 things that you do not agree with and say one thing that you do agree with, and somebody from somewhere is going to show up and say, he made some points now. I agree. Candace Owens, she said that Breonna Taylor's bad. She said George Floyd is bad. She said they all deserve to be harmed. But she said one thing I agree with. She made some points now. We ain't with the points now. It's all about consistency. You better be consistent. The code has to be consistent. You can't have a code that's going like this. You can't have a code that's going around like that. Your code has to be consistent, and it has to be based on merit. You show me an inconsistent code, I'm going to show you somebody who does not have a code. You show me somebody who's running around here saying they made some points now, even though they're anti-us 23 hours of the day. No, you show me that person, then I'm going to show you somebody who is not one of us neither. And their asses are going to be racially homeless. And we are evicting all the goddamn coons because we're foundational Black Americans, and we say so. With that said, family, let's look at this right here. I put this together for everybody, and I want y'all to see this. This right here is Candace Owens. And Candace Owens has been running around for the longest, y'all, saying things that sound good, manipulating her words, trying to twist things up, trying to confuse those. They made some points now, folks, trying to get escorted into Black functions, trying to be escorted into anything that we got going. And folks been literally letting her in. And when we broke down the receipts and we showed what this person is really about, what you see is one of the biggest tap dancers. You're going to see one of the most vile, off-coded people that you'll ever see in your life. And this type of person right here is the reason why foundational Black Americans have had such a hard time getting everything that belongs to us, because this type of energy, that energy, you know, where I'm going to sell out my people for a butter biscuit, this type of energy has to go, and we're going to be the generation that makes it go. Watch this right here, family, and I want you to see. This is her lowlights. I put together a whole lowlight reel of Candace blow-ins because we know who she been blow-ins, okay? It starts with a zaddy, all right? Candace blow-ins been running around here saying these vile things about foundational Black Americans, and she puts on that look right there. See, that's the look of somebody trying to rebrand themselves. That's the look of someone who does not want to be racially homeless. But Candace, you cannot choose to be racially homeless. You've made yourself racially homeless, and all we're doing is enforcing it. Like Tupac said, we didn't create it, we just diagnosed it. And once you do that, family, you got to get that certified work. Watch these right here and tell me, is this the type of person that made some points now? Or is this the type of person that we point to the corner? Let's go.
The rumors are true. I am free. Welcome to my locals page. So much to talk about. Obviously, I'm going to take a couple of weeks here just to rebuild and to refocus and to create something that is actually mine. Thank you, guys.
I do not think that we deserve reparations for slavery. I was never a slave in this country, and I think that the idea, if you think that you're going to get more than $200 from the government, okay, this entire debate is just it's a joke, okay? It's never going to happen. Do you think that we're the only group? I'm just going to ask this question that has had something awful happen to them in this country.
I said today that are actually harming Black America. Number one, father absence. Number two, the education system and the illiteracy rate. Illegal immigration ranks high. Abortion ranks high. White supremacy and white nationalism, if I had to make a list again of 100 things, would not be on it.
That the Black community is unique from other communities. Our culture is unique from other communities because we are the only community that caters to the bottom denominator of our society. George Floyd, at the time of his arrest, was high on fentanyl and he was high on methamphetamine. This came back in both of his autopsy reports. If we're hanging the wrong crowd, doesn't matter. If we're actively helping our boyfriends move drugs, which is what Breonna Taylor was actually doing, it was not an accident, okay? She was knee deep in drugs. He was not being pursued in the video, obviously. It looked like he was running towards the car. And then when the two people who had guns, he went around and he attacked the person. I feel no compassion whatsoever for Jordan Neely. Let's make that clear. And some of you guys are watching this and you're going to say, well, of course, Candace Owens feels no compassion for him because he's a Black man and she never defends Black men. No, I never defend Black criminals. Our biggest problem is us, okay? It's why we don't talk about it when Black on Black crime happens. I had white people coming up to me with tears in their eyes. And I told Kanye this, tears in their eyes saying, thank you so much. As if they're the forgotten people. We're just allowing us to have our voices back. They've been sitting in silence, completely sidelined, told that they are not allowed to be American because there's a vicious narrative around that somehow Black Americans are suffering from policing and therefore white lives can't matter. They do. It's obvious. Kanye was correct. Right? So I cover Black people on the show. I'm typically covering them because they're doing something that is idiotic.
Oh, don't worry, family. Oh, don't worry. Oh, no. Oh, it's okay. If she thinks what Ben Shapiro and the Zaddy Society did to her this past weekend, if she believes that was some heat, she ain't seen nothing compared to this roast we gonna go ahead and do today. Oh, it don't even mean nothing. Go ahead and talk that talk because at the end of the day, we got all the power. At the end of the day, she can say whatever she wanted to say. But we've been saying it right here in the words of Brother Malcolm X. The chickens done came home to roost. And in her case, the COONs done came home to roost. So whatever problem she got right now, it ain't nothing compared to these FBA problems she about to get on this broadcast. By the time this episode is over, Candace Owens' dirt, trash, raggedy-ass reputation will be even worse than it was when we started. Why? Again, because we FBA and we say so. So when you see somebody saying all those things right there, family, this is a paid hit dog for the dominant society. See, in the dominant society, the main thing they always want to do, they want to play both sides of the argument. That's what they always want. You're right. Yes, indeed. This is about to be light work. This is about to be easy work like a part-time job, okay? We just got to clock in for about 2 hours to get a fat check. That's what we about to do on this one. When you start talking about the dominant society, y'all know how the dominant society do. The dominant society loves going to get them somebody that they can say, we didn't say it, they said it. It wasn't me, it was them. Now, for all the folks who've been running around, because we got this big debate about going blue, going red, I want everybody to remember that right there was coming from a Black Republican. We talk about the Black Democrats. See, when people see the Black Democrats and Republicans going back and forth at each other, they tend to believe that there's a side for either one of us. Y'all know I'm always saying it, fam. There ain't no such thing as a Black Democrat. There's no such thing as a Black Republican. It's just Black folks who work in the kitchen on one of those two plantations. The only thing you can ever be is a foundational Black American, and the only place you can ever be accepted is home. But when you do things like that, and you're not accepted at home, and we send your ass packing, now where you gonna go? See, she done alienated a whole lot of people in their community because a lot of these folks, they really start thinking that they W's. Y'all remember when OJ said, I'm not Black, I'm OJ? See, you got two types of Sambos. You got two types of coons. You got the one who literally says, I knows I'm not massa, but I'm okay sitting over here serving massa. I'm okay cooking and cleaning and washing for massa. And I understand that I'm just a nice little lapdog for massa. You got them. And then you got the ones they really start thinking that they W's. They really start looking in the mirror and they think because of all those trinkets. See, the dominant society Biscuits hypnotizes a lot of folks, okay? You're dealing with, when you see her, somebody who has been hypnotized by Butter Biscuits. I'm telling y'all, Butter Biscuits got power when you're dealing with a coon, all right? They got superpowers. That's why they say they be super coon in family. These folks will take a bite of a Butter Biscuit and then try to go jump off a damn roof and fly. And if they can't fly, they think they're going to land on their feet. And we all know it ends bad. So taking a bite of that biscuit, Thinking you can fly is the same thing that happens when you think that you're going to regulate foundational Black Americans. It ain't going to work neither way. And this is why it's regulate season and we ain't dealing with them folks. She really in her head thinks that she's a Karen. Y'all know I'm always saying, and I want to be a Karen. And then you got I want to be a Kens. She does not think that she is a Black woman because first off, she got two things going against her. First off, she's a tether, all right? She's not of the lineage. She's not of the heritage. She's not of the culture. So already her mind is twisted all up. Then on top of that, she's a tether who found a home in the Republican plantation. See, the difference is a Democrat's going to make you think it's all swell and all well and you got a good time. Democrats say butter biscuit, butter biscuit, butter biscuit, and you can just act like you Black. The Republicans let you know off rip. So what you've been seeing with her, she thought when she got with Zaddy, that she was a Karen. She really in her head thinks that she's Karen. She thinks she's Susie. She thinks she's Becky. She thinks she's all of the above. So the problems that she has, oh, family, it wasn't just getting fired. No. And the receipts and the spoilers that we got today gonna prove them. We gonna show everybody right here today that her problems run way deep. And this is why you will never see Candace Owens ever again. When we say these folks is homeless, I mean nowhere to go. They can't even go into a homeless shelter. The Coon homeless shelter is not even taking her application. She ain't got nothing, family. And it's funny. And we laughing. Why? It's because you did it to yourself. If you got a problem, you need to go ahead and look in the mirror. Matter of fact, speaking of looking in the mirror, we all know that when she does look in the mirror, what's looking back at her family is not what she looks like to everybody else. No. She done butter biscuit herself insane, y'all. Yes, she has. I want y'all to see Candace Owens right there, you guys. That is Candace Owens when she looks in the mirror. You can't tell her no different. She done butter biscuit herself psycho insane. Somebody go get her a Coon straight jacket, wrap her up, tie her up, cross her up, because this woman really thinks that she's a Karen. When she look in that mirror, y'all, that's exactly what she sees. And she got to the point where she started talking reckless. She started saying, well, you know, I just feel that Taylor Swift is bad. You don't talk crazy about Taylor Swift around a bunch of W's. What's wrong with you, Blowins? You don't do that, Blowins. I know you've been Blowins a lot, and it done twisted your brain up, Blowins. But Blowins, you are not, no way, shape, or form Taylor Swift. You ain't Swift Taylor. Okay, you can cross the damn words up like a crossword puzzle. You ain't none of them names, Blowins. And you done went insane, you done went crazy. What they say, insane in the membrane, she is insane in all of those, family. But that's okay because we're going to regulate in all those areas. That right there is Candace Blowens when she look in the mirror. Yep. This is what she thinks her past was. She doesn't think her past was on a boat trying to swam, and get to the United States of America. No. She really thinks that she was way down boycotting schools, boycotting integration. She thinks that she was doing all the dirty work for the dominant society. That ain't your history, Blowins. That may be what you see in your head. That butter biscuit may have you all twisted up. But this right here is not your reality. It's your fantasy. And there's a big difference. Look at her, y'all. She really thinks that. That's probably hanging on her wall at her house next to the picture of that little W baby she got. Because y'all know when you starts to swirling around and you get them a little W baby, oh, they happy and satisfied. As a matter of fact, y'all heard me say this before. What happens when you mix a tether and a swirler? Do any of y'all know? I'm sure somebody done heard me say it before. Matter of fact, let me ask the chat before we proceed. What happens when you mix a tether and a swirler? What do you get? What do you get when you take somebody like Candace Owens, who is a tether, and then she comes here and she swirls? What do you get when you put those two together, family? I'm going to go ahead and say it. I'm going to give it like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, checkmate. Here we go. When you mix a tether and a swirler, then your ass gets a twirler. That's exactly what Candace Owens is. She done twirled herself insane. She done twirled herself to the point where she really thinks that she's accepted by these folks. Yes, a twirler. She done twirled herself all the goddamn way. And now the chickens done come home to roost and the coon done came home to roost. And this is why she got some problems, y'all. This person got some problems. Somebody call 911 like Wyclef said, because this individual needs to be on 24/7 watch. Because what's going on in her head is beyond that little smile. That's what she sees in her past. This is also what she sees, family. Y'all know like I know. She's running here thinking that she's some type of queen. She thinks she done made it, y'all. That's her. I'm telling you, this ain't even when she's dreaming. This is what she see when she wide awake. She wide awake, family, and this is what she's seeing in her head. She literally thinks that she got married probably about 2 years ago to a prince, which makes her a princess. I ain't never seen no tether princess. I ain't never seen no royal wedding with butter biscuits on the menu. And I ain't ever seen your black self there neither. Blowings. This is what happens when you blows too much. She thinks she was right there hanging out with Charles and Harry. She thinks she's Queen Elizabeth. That's what she thinks. She thinks she's on the Game of Thrones, whatever the hell that is. And when she look in that mirror, y'all, that's it right there. Oh, look at her gazing. She gazing in them eyes, y'all. You know she loving that right there. She's loving that. She thinks she done made it. Let me tell you something. That mirror is working in the direction where Candace is thinking, wow, I'm Karen. And Karen is thinking, no, the hell you ain't, heifer. Keep on staring. Karen said, keep on staring. Now, this is what I want to ask y'all. This is reality now. Now the walls of reality is coming down on her. Let me ask y'all this question right here. Please, somebody find me one black person in any of these photos. Let me see. I just want to see. No. The W Lights Matter. She had to have Kanye. Somebody tell me, look at these pictures. Look at all in the background. Look, the damn podium ain't even black. The tuxedo is navy blue. There ain't nothing black there at all. Somebody show me a black person. Look at her. Happy, dappy, and sappy. Straight up and down. Look at them, just happy. That looked like the movie Get Out. And I told y'all she was hypnotized, but they ain't going to be tapping on no damn teacup. They just going to be swinging them butter biscuits around, and she going to be stuck. She look like, family, real talk. Does that look like a bride? Or does that look like somebody who's working the plantation? Does that look like a bride? Or does that look like a worker? Nobody is even focused on her. Everybody in that picture is making it look like she is property. She looks like straight up property of the dominant society. They do not see her as one. They do not see her as a friend. They do not see her damn show as family. Because if you had family there, then where's your family? Once again, still don't see no black people in this picture. Blowings. Keep on going. This is what we talk about. Once again, look at her kicking her legs up, family. Kicking her legs up. Look at her right there. She loving some Donald Trump, y'all. Look at that right there. As a matter of fact, look at this guy's hairline. Look at that hairline. Family, look at that hairline. Look at that hairline. Look beyond Trump and look around her all trying to kiss up on Trump. Look at that damn hairline. There you go. Now, it's funny. When she get on stage, then you start seeing black folks taking photo ops, right? But when you looked at it prior, you ain't see it then. Still ain't seen no real black folks. Okay, look at her. She's in the grinning. Do you know any black people? Now let's go to the tweets. This is for everybody running around here talking about something. She made some points now. Let me tell you why she ain't never made no points. And let me tell you why the only point that's going to be made is foundational black Americans regulating that ass. This is what we're going to talk about. This is the same Candace Owens that a lot of black folks be trying to make passes for, allowing her into the community. Look at this right here. Juneteenth is still ghetto and made up. Hope everyone enjoys it. Okay, you know why? Because Juneteenth is not for her lineage. She does not represent Juneteenth because Juneteenth does not represent her. She came here after the Civil Rights Act, just like the rest of her family. So when you talk about tethers putting their nose in our business, voila, you get that right there. These are the people running around here saying that she made some points. This is what we're talking about. Look at this right here. Still wondering why black Americans lag behind other races. Name one race in America that protests and riots with while their criminals die while committing crimes. In reverse Darwinism, survival of the dumbest. Our criminals, she put our criminals, need justice in a bottom feeder mentality. And at the bottom, she said, Ahmaud Arbery was caught on camera breaking into an unfinished property that was owned by Larry English. His mother confirmed it is him in the video. So family, not only did we see her talk reckless, extremely reckless. She said Breonna Taylor was a drug dealer. She said George Floyd was high. She said Juneteenth was ghetto. She said Ahmaud Arbery attacked the people who attacked them. Everybody on the whole planet Earth seen the video. We all know what happened. Ahmaud Arbery's situation happened right down the street from me. Okay, my people know him personally, and we all seen the video personally. We know exactly what occurred in the Ahmaud Arbery situation. And the fact that she's telling us, doing the dirty work for the dominant society, being that attack dog that we talk about, and she's trying to tell us, oh, no, it had nothing to do with that. Ahmaud Arbery is the criminal. No, what's criminal, first off, is her hairline, because that shit going way back. I'm telling you, your forehead can't be here at 4 o'clock, and your hairline is still at 2 o'clock. It don't work that way. That's criminal. What she needs to do is focus on them edges, focus on that hairline, and wonder why she was the only black person at her own wedding. That's what she needs to worry about. But if you don't talk about it, we're going to talk about it, blowings. So these are the main tweets that she's been putting out for years. And this is why foundational Black Americans ain't ever rock with her. That's why we feel no sympathy. She said she has no sympathy for Jordan Neely. Well, we ain't got no sympathy for you, blowings, and we're going to proceed to regulate. Check this out right here. It didn't even stop with that, family. She proceeded to talk that nonsense. Today, I am studying why Caribbean immigrants far surpass Black Americans in terms of economic success. If America awards success based on skin color, this would be possible. All research concludes that they are simply more driven. I am from St. Thomas descent. Very proud. Well, if that's where you from, first off, how come you ain't there? Second off, why you speaking on foundational Black Americans? And third, keep Juneteenth, keep reparations, keep tangibles, keep Breonna Taylor out your mouth, blowings. A matter of fact, what you need to do is remove all the foundational Black Americans from your mouth, and you probably need to go ahead and take Zaddy out of there too. And then you need to go ahead and talk about St. Thomas, because you ain't got no business here. These are the tweets, family. This is what people been running around. We got every single one of them. Oh, we got it today. I have no sympathy for Jordan Neely. We got him today. Receipts all the way across the board. Look at this one right here. Does this not sound like it came directly from the KKK? Candace Owens says Black people act like trained chimpanzees. Whenever a Black person is harmed by a white person, family, you can go to a KKK rally in Mississippi, Alabama. You can go to Arkansas, and you will hear stuff like that come from them. This person literally said that, speaking on Black people, and then turns around and says, I'm really about the Black family. I just want to see the Black family, do so good and so well. This is why these people are racially homeless. No longer are you going to say things like that about our community. No longer are you going to speak on our community and then turn around and folks let you come on their shows. Folks try to big you up. Folks try to give you some praise. Hell to the no. One thing for sure, family, if you're speaking on FBA, you're going to have to deal with FBA. That type of talk right there is why we've been delineating. And I know she's been masquerading as some type of ally. She's been masquerading like she's one of us. Today, we ended all of that. Candace, I said that you got bigger problems than just Ben Shapiro. Now you got some certified Black society problems. And that is what you cannot handle. And it kept on going. For all the folks out there saying she made some points. These are the points that I see she's making. Here is Candace Owens' essay. Black men getting shot by police isn't about racism. She states in the essay with, I date white guys. That's how she started the essay. That's a whole essay, family. Yes, indeed. Where literally she says it has nothing to do with racism when Black Americans are harmed. And she started the damn thing off by saying, well, I dated W. Why she say that? Because she's basically saying, well, my kind doesn't have these problems. And we proceed. There we go. This is when she was talking about Ma'Khia Bryant. She says, cops need more training. No, your children do. How hard is it to raise a child that doesn't attempt to butcher another human being? This is what we're talking about, family. So what we've seen right there in these brief tweets, and there's plenty more. We've seen there's no such thing as supremacy. We've seen Black folks are chimpanzees. We've seen we need to raise our kids. Juneteenth is ghetto, and everybody's just high. And she went and married her a white man. That's what you seen in those tweets. And you still got folks running around here saying she made some points. Now, the Negro escort and the off-code Sambo tether twirler are all getting kicked out the community. That's what we're doing. We're not playing no games with these folks, family. No. It's full G-check regulate season, and it's on and popping up in these streets today. Let's proceed. It ain't done. We already know right there. That says Caribbean. She's a Caribbean person speaking on foundational Black Americans. No, you have no right to speak on us. You need to worry about your own community. Your own community has all types of problems. Why do you speak on us? The reason why is because your homeland ain't popping. And since your homeland ain't popping, you try to speak on our homeland because we are outdoing you. This is what I say, family. What do I always say on this channel? I tell everybody that immigration is about proximity. And everybody who comes here to the United States of America, they come here to do the dirty work and to be human shields for the dominant society straight up and down. They recruit people like her. Don't get it tangled. Don't get it twisted. She has been recruited to come here and to run those games on foundational Black Americans. First off, pretend that you one of us. Second, you start saying things like that. See, what they didn't believe, though, is that we was going to start pulling out all the paperwork. They thought this was the African American, the we all one big Black person. Hell no. Hell no. No. It's FBA and then everybody else. Then you see what? An old picture of her with the NAACP. What she do? She brought her tether ass here to the United States of America. She linked up with the NAACP, and she was getting money based on coming up with racial discrimination. So you're using the laws that our ancestors put in place to get you some type of tangibles and you some type of benefits. That ain't how it worked, Blowins. This person right there is literally, I want y'all to look at that picture. That picture is the definition of being a tether. You came here and you tethered onto our policies. You tethered onto our struggles. You tethered on the things that have been occurring to us. And now you flip that back on us. Well, what does that picture have in common? I'm going to tell you what it has in common. It has in common, family, that Candace Owens is getting regulated and G-checked by foundational Black Americans. And that NAACP right there with her is getting regulated and G-checked by foundational Black Americans. You can't run. You can't hide. You're going to have to deal with us. And by the way, family, I hate to do this again. Look at that goddamn hairline. Look at the hair. You know, family, folks should have been calling this out back then. Where were the Black grassroots back then who saw that man's hairline and said, hell no, he ain't one of us? Because back then they was letting people like Candace Owens come on in and talk whatever she wanted to say and say whatever she wanted. And it was all good in the hood. Hell no. You should have seen that man's hairline do right here. You should have seen his hairline and press conference should have been over. This is why we do not allow people to come in and piggyback off of our struggle, piggyback off our community, and piggyback off of what we created. Because you end up with people like Candace Owens, and she done blew herself right on out the picture. Look at this right here. This is what she put up the other day. This is what she did. And she started putting up things talking about how she wants some money. She said, y'all can go ahead and go to CandaceOwens.com, go to my locals page, or you can give a gift to GoCandace.com. There will be many announcements in a few weeks. And look what she did, y'all. Look what she did. Y'all look what she's trying to do. That is somebody straight from St. Thomas. Remember, she from St. Thomas. She ain't certified. You ain't lying. That hairline is diabolical. That hairline was messing up the whole goddamn screen, y'all. I promise you. She comes over here and she went way into the vials. She went way into the boat and she found this picture. Notice what she's trying to do? She's trying to put that flag in the back, y'all. Look at her trying to put that flag in the back. You ain't FBA. You ain't FBA. No, you ain't. You can go ahead and bounce in the other direction. You ain't got nothing foundational, nothing about Black Americans. Hell to the no. Go in the other direction. This is why she's trying to rebrand herself. They know that we've been repping foundational Black America. We know, they know, the whole world knows that we getting close to our reparations claim. And we're doing it based on our nationality, our ethnicity, and us being indigenous to this great country. So what is she trying to do in her rebranding, family? She's trying to go ahead and say, well, look, y'all should support me. Why? I'm an American like you. Look at the flag I got. That flag ain't going to help you. Ain't nothing going to help you. The only thing that you got right now is a broken comb. You got a duffel bag, and you probably got a packed lunch. Because when the dominant society sent your ass out the building, foundational Black Americans been sent you out the building. Welcome to the regulated season. Welcome to the G-check. And family, oh no, it is not done. It is not done. We said we got receipts. Family, she thought she had problems with the dominant society. Why you get FBA started? You should have never got us started. What she should have done was been a good little COON. She should have took all of that blame and get fired and went off into some hills and went back with her zaddy and everything. But y'all know her zaddy looking at her right now like, hold on, Candace. Come on now, because now Zaddy got to go around a bunch of his homeboys, and he got to go around all his friends, and all his friends is looking at him like, hold up, what's up with your wife? What's up with your Black wife questions? Oh, he don't like that. Oh, he don't like that. He got to answer that. Come on now, Brad, We didn't want you marrying that black person any damn way, Brad. Why is she running around here disrespecting our community, Brad? We asked her to go ahead and disrespect the blacks. We want her to get the blacks to go vote for the blue party, go vote for Trump or whoever we give y'all. But she's not supposed to speak on us, Brad. Now, Brad is looking at her in the mirror going, hold up, wait. Now I got to go back home. Remember this, in the system of supremacy, when you deal with any W, I don't give a damn if they with a twirler or they with a swirler, if they with a blender. Their number one love is supremacy. That's their first love. That's their only love. I don't give a damn if they wave at you. I don't give a damn if they say hi. I don't give a damn if they salute you. It does not matter. Their number one love is always their community. That's their number one love. And once again, she thought she was Karen. She thought she was Becky. She really thinks she's all of those. So now she thinks that she's going to wiggle her way in. And Brad looking at her right now like, hold up now. Do not be surprised within the next year or so if we find out she done got a damn divorce. Don't be surprised. Yep, Because if we kicking her out the community, the dominant society is kicking her out the community. Next thing you know, then her whole new family is kicking her out the house. That's how it goes. The W's don't want nothing to do with you. Black folks don't want nothing to do with you. Brad don't want nothing to do with you. Damn, we got 800 people in here. Yo, smash that like button. I need everybody. Share this on all your social media. I want everybody to come up in here. Let's make this building even bigger than what it is. This is foundational Black American certified energy. We are the best lineage, heritage, and culture. We're stronger than ever, and we regulating anybody who got problems with us. You regulate us once, and that's one time too many. You regulate us once, and it won't happen again. This ain't the past. This ain't the African American where you can disrespect us for years and years and years and years. In this generation, you disrespect us one time, you gone, racially homeless. So Brad now is looking at her, and Brad is telling everybody, oh, she got to go. She got to go. That little picture we seen when she was with all those people, all right, all them W's, and they had her arm around it, damn near had her in a headlock. They were like, look at my little puppet. Look at my little black tether. You know what I'm talking about? That right there, family, all of those people right now are mad at her. She's got one job to do. What I say, family, how you lose it losing. You lost at being a loser. It don't work that way. How in the hell do you got one job? Your one job to do, Blowins, is to come over here and then try to get Black Americans to vote for the Republican Party. You are supposed to tap dance, eat your butter biscuits, say all those vile things about us, and you done messed that up. How you lose at being a loser? You a two-time loser, really a three-time loser. How you a three-time loser? So when you start dealing with a fleer, what I tell y'all, I've been saying that for years. The F in fleer means failure, okay? You failed in your homeland, and then you failed in your adopted home. See, your adopted home is not America. Your adopted home is in the house of Brad and Becky and Karen. And now you done failed them. You are a three-time felon, failure, fleer. Damn, say that 3 times fast. A felon, failure, fleer, and that is Candace Owens. And that's why the whole community is looking at her right now in shame. How do we know they're looking at her in shame? Because, family, the receipts done came in, y'all. Oh, the receipts done came in. Oh, this took over. This was trending all over the damn place. Everybody was watching what was going on with Candace Owens. Now, social media, what you see is a whole gang of people who wasn't really feeling the stuff that she was saying. Hell to the no, they wasn't. Let's go look at some of the people that she's supposed to be appeasing. Look at this. I went to go find the biggest Becky Karen that you could possibly see. I said, what's Becky saying about blowings in these streets? What's Becky saying about that forehead in these hoods? Let's go see what she got to say, y'all. Okay, because when I look at it, I don't see anybody who rocking with her right now. Never, not at all. Watch what the whole world is saying about blowings. Right now, Candace Owens, you are the laughing stock of the whole goddamn country. Everybody is talking reckless about you. This is why we say you are racially homeless. This is why we say you got some big problems. You got a Karen problem. You got a Ken problem. You got a brown people problem. You got a POC problem. You got a rainbow community problem because you thought that you was a W, which makes you think that you had the same rights to say the same things that W women say, and you're finding out fast you ain't a W woman. So I said, let's go see what W women are saying about you. Let's see. Let this W woman tell everybody exactly how she feels about blowings.
Daily Wire. Womp womp. Kind of makes you wonder if a nasty, racist, bigoted, misogynistic, gaslighting, attention-seeking rabble-rouser can't make it at the ultimate cesspool of racism, bigotry, misogyny, gaslighting, and attention-seeking rabble-rousing, then what's a woman like Candace to do? Apparently, conservative monsters have to agree on the nasty rhetoric they're spewing, or else it's ixnay on the Owens. And you know, it couldn't have happened to a better sellout.
Side note, somebody just commented, she found out how black she truly is, but you still can't come to the cookout.
I hope you're having a good day, because you know who.
Whoa. That's what Karens, look at what the two Karens are saying about her.
Seeking rabble-rousing, then what's a woman like Candace to do? Apparently, conservative monsters have to agree on the nasty rhetoric they're spewing, or else it's ixnay on the Owens. And you know, it couldn't have happened to a better sellout.
Side note, somebody just commented, she found out how black she truly is, but you still can't come to the cookout.
That woman right there don't give a damn about Candace Owens. She don't give a damn about black folks. But even that Karen knows that she can't come around us, because now she can't come to the bar mitzvah neither. It's a damn dirty game.
I hope you're having a good day, because you know who isn't? That would be Candace Owens. The Daily Wire let her go today over her anti-Semitic comments. Do you know how messed up you got to be fired by Ben Shapiro? But you know what they say, tokens get spent. But don't worry, y'all. I'm sure she's going to land on her feet. She's already...
Damn, you know what they say, tokens get spent. She getting clowned for being a token from the dominant society. And watch how this guy right here points out what I was just pointing out, how now she's trying to appeal to the American flag.
On to her next script. And of course, she's using the American flag and the cross, you know, to rally the troops. I'm usually not somebody who you know, celebrates people getting food taken off their table. But in Candace Owens' case, you know what I mean?
So Candace Owens.
All right, now, I'll be honest with you. I think this man might have a little starburst in him. Let's talk about what the starburst community's thinking about her.
Got fired from the Daily Wire, and I don't make this type of content anymore because I think it's toxic, but this shit I had to say something about. And this is for all the people that sit up there and thought that Candace Owens is the most intelligent woman on the planet and this and that. Notice how Candace Owens could talk really bad about black people. She could talk about George Floyd. She could talk about BLM. She could talk about black people being murderous and terrible and all this other shit, right? And they didn't cancel her for not a single thing that she said that it offended black people. Once she started hitting a little bit too close to home with Ben Shapiro, when she started hitting too close to home to him, that's when they had a problem.
Matter of time before Candace Owens would be let go from Daily Wire. I knew that from the time she started speaking up on behalf of Kanye West. It was obvious.
Wait a minute, now ain't that the brown people? Wait a minute, so we done had Karen, Ken, Starburst, Brown person. Karen, Ken, Starburst, and Brown. And they're all saying the same thing about Blowins. They laughing at her. Everybody knows she done been canceled. Everybody knows it's a hard time for her.
She would be let go.
Candace, come have a seat, girl. Take your pick. What is this? What is this? What is this, Candace? I know you didn't post this picture over on your Twitter account to give the impression that you're a little black girl from the hood. I know that's not what you're trying to do, what you're trying to impress upon people with this picture. No, ma'am. No. So after the news broke yesterday that Candace Owens was fired from the Daily Wire, she tweeted this with this picture. The rumors are true. I am finally free. Oh, you're free, Candace? Free from the Republican plantation? Is that what you're trying to tell us? Okay. She goes on to say, if you would like to support my work, you can head to CandaceOwens.com, where you will be directed to my locals page, or you can give a gift at Go. Then she says there will be more announcements in the weeks to come. Y'all, I mean, the grift doesn't stop. There's money to be made off of the people who support her. Yeah, they think she's without employment, and so they are going to want to support her financially. Is that why you posted this little black girl from the hood picture, Candace? But seriously, Candace, aren't you the same one that for years has basically told black people to get off the Democrat plantation because the Democrats want to keep you hooked on welfare, socialist programs. And here you are begging for money, asking for people to support you. Candace, get a job.
It all makes clear sense now.
Hold up. Hey, y'all know when I got a certified sister, I got to let her cook. Ain't it funny how that sister said it clear? She said, you've been running around here for the longest telling black people to get off welfare. Y'all need to pick yourself up by the bootstrap. Every single thing, family, that the dominant society says. She done used the chimpanzees. She done used the we need to raise our kids. She said we need to get off welfare. Every single racial trope that you can use about foundational black Americans, Candace Owens has used against us. Now, all of a sudden, when Zaddy done fired her, when she's been a 3-time failure, what's the first thing she does, y'all? The very first thing that she does is she says, donate to me. No, just like that sister said right there. Yes, indeed. Certified salute to her. Go get a job, Lowens. That's what you need to do. Don't come to us asking for money. Don't come to us asking for a good time. What you need to do is go get you a nice little good time with Zaddy. Get you a nice little good time with Becky and Karen that you think you are, and quit asking us for money. That's what we say. When you're racially homeless, now you want donations. You get no donations for cooning. You get no donations for tap dancing. You get no donations for twirling. The only thing you get is regulated. And apparently, the brown folks, the W's, all the fruit cups, the fruit roll-ups, the fruit sticks, everybody is laughing at her. Go get a job, Lowens. That's what you need to do. Go get you a job. Proceed.
Under trauma, then. Now it all makes clear sense now. The same people she talked about, the black people, the black woman, all these people that she was going down against. Now look, as soon as she said something about one of them, she has to leave. She's no longer with them. But it makes sense because she was on Joe Budden's podcast. She was on the Breakfast Club. So now you got to revert back to the same people that your ass was sitting talking about. Now you don't have an outlet.
Freeze. Wait a minute. Y'all know when I see something. Wait a minute. Hold up. Troy. You sent her $1,000. What a waste of time. What a waste of money, homie. What a waste of money, man. What you could have did with that money, man, you could have took that money and you could have went and got you some butter biscuits. That's what you probably should have did, fam. You should have donated to all the people with tether hairlines. You should have donated to all the folks out there tap dancing. You wasted your money giving $1,000 to Candace Owens, bro. I'm sorry to tell you. I'm sure, we got 960 plus people in here. I'm sure they all agree, family. You're wasting your time donating that much money to Candace Owens, fam. If you're going to donate that much to Candace Owens, at least have her blowing you. I mean, do something, bro, because just giving the money like that, bro, you're doing it for free, fam. What a waste of time, bro. Dude said tokens get spent, family. Tokens get spent. Well, your money, spend it in other places, fam. That's way, way better than that one. Just to let you know, man. So, yes, butter biscuits, fam. Please, fam. Yes, sir. For $1,000, you can get you a whole fleet of butter biscuits. I'm telling you. And you ain't even got to share them. Family. You have all your own. Okay, because $1,000 for butter biscuits, fam, I don't know, man. You might get you a whole nice entree, bro. But it ain't a good look spending them on Candace Owens, bro. It's just not. Just letting you know, dog. Just letting you know. Proceed.
To say nothing now because they pulled it from you because guess what? You were talking about them. Long as you was talking about us and anything that had something to do with what they felt, you could do that. But as soon as you said something about them, like Kanye said, pulling the rug, guess what? I hope you got your money right. Because that's what Kanye said. Wait till I get my money right. But yeah, what y'all Candace Owens fans got to say now? Because guess what? She's reverting back to the same people she talked about. Now she needs to involve herself with the black community, the African American community now. Y'all don't think that shit is weird? As soon as they go out there and they get too high up on that horse, and then them people come knocking their ass down, they come right back knocking on our door. No, we don't want you. Stay your ass over there, y'all.
Y'all good. That right there, y'all. That right there. That's what we talking about. So yes, family, this is what happens when you spend too much of your time tap dancing, it never ends up good. It never ends up good. Yes, the folks be out here trolling, and yeah, you're right. No attention. Okay. Plus, you know, they got some tap dancing to do anyway. I heard that's a full-time thing. So go ahead and go get that tap dancing going. This is what we mean, family. She literally got to the point where she thought she was a W woman. And then she started thinking that she can get in on the dominant society. See, when you start speaking on issues that are exclusive to the dominant society, then you don't cross the whole different line that Sambos and Coons and Tellers are not supposed to cross. You were supposed to get your butter biscuits. I'm sure Troy buy them all for you if he's not eating them himself. You got to get your own butter biscuits, okay? Keep them for yourself and just sell out black folks and everything will be fine for Candace Owens. The problem is, family, they start thinking that they really are W, and then they start crossing these lines, and then now, boom, it came down on her. And this is what we're talking about when we say that you start selling out, you start tap dancing, the chickens will come home to roost, and boy, have they ever. Oh, man, have they ever came home to roost. It's to this point, family, we just literally went down the whole community. We showed you every single demographic in the United States of America, and every last one of them is saying the same exact thing about Candace Owens. They're saying that she has nowhere to go. Going back to racially homeless. When you are racially homeless, when you have no place to go, when you ain't got no other options, you got to deal with the same exact thing she's dealing with now. She started crossing those boundaries, and that's what happened. So when you start looking at some of these things that she's been putting out, look at the things, fam. Now she's asking for money. Boy, it was all good just a week ago. Just a week ago, you was fine. You went out right there on that little show. You was tap dancing. You thought it was made. Everything was working in your favor. You come to find out there is no place and no retirement for tap dancing. Family, we know that. We've been saying that. Everybody's been putting that on the line. There is no retirement for tap dancing for Coonan. No. You don't get no 401k. You don't get no benefits. You don't get no luxuries. The only thing that you get, y'all, is the same exact thing that she's getting right now. And this is why we laughing right now, because she has earned it. That's one thing she done did, y'all. She didn't earn none of the things that she's been tethering onto our community about. She didn't earn none of that. They didn't earn none of the Civil Rights Acts, all these discrimination cases. They didn't earn none of that. She has earned herself that first-class ticket right on out the community. She has earned herself that first-class ticket right out of Zaddy's house. Promise you within 2 years, you're going to find out that she has been divorced. So the dominant society has canceled her. Foundational Black Americans never rocked with her. The Republican Party, oh no, the Republican National Convention coming up this summer, y'all. I think it's in Wisconsin, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, they ain't gonna want her there. She gonna get stopped at the door. She gonna get stopped at the door. They gonna say, scandalous, we don't want nothing to do with you. Scandalous Owens is not accepted around no Republicans. Remember, Roland Martin did the same thing on the Democratic side, because it's what we say. You got these tap dancers over here. You got the tap dancers over here. They do the same exact thing. It's a wrap for her. And how do you know, family, that she has really got to the point where she thought she was a W woman? She really thought she was a W woman. She started going around and she started talking crazy to W's about W affairs. No, you don't do that. You don't do that. You come over here, you tap dance, you go home. You come over here, you tap dance, you shut up. That's what you're supposed to do. She came over here and she started trying to get in the middle of everything that they be talking about. Look at this right here, y'all. I want y'all to see this. Watch the way she starts talking about Karen and Karen's community. This is what we saying. All these little swirlers, all these Me Too's, they think that they're going to come on over here. They think that they're going to get initiated into the dominant society. Just because you see yourself as a W woman doesn't mean that W women see them in you. Watch this right here. This is a video of a W woman crying about her husband's literally liking the baby more than she does or something. Watch her start talking crazy about this woman.
Husband, that the baby loves him more and that, you know, she feels like a failure because of that. The thing that strikes me as disturbing about trauma dumping is the camera setup. It's knowing that before she cried and started folding laundry, she set up her camera at a perfect position that would capture her, her husband, and her child. And then she just let it go. She dumped that trauma and started crying. People are sitting in their cars. Before, it's that moment before. It's this part. It's like, I have a feeling coming up, but before I cry, I'm going to just set it up. And then they go, you just need to normalize crying in your car.
You don't do that. No, this is what I'm saying, family. This is what I'm saying. These people literally start thinking that they're white. This is what she thinks, man. When we sit there and we make pictures with her and it's looking into a mirror and the W's looking back at her, this is what she sees in her head. We only speaking what she's seeing. We only acknowledging what she's saying. She literally be running around here talking reckless about white women. You don't do that and then still go home. See, the problem is she thinks, and you see this a lot, family, these people think just because they got them one W person to marry them, that W person does not represent the whole W community. And then that person is going to have to catch wreck. And then she crossed the line, y'all. She started talking about Taylor Swift. Y'all know, like I know, like we all know. Candace Owens, a tether, talking about Taylor Swift, the W community's number one little woman, the W community's favorite person, the W community's person they put on the pedestal. She started talking about Taylor Swift. This is when things hit the fan. She got more problems than just Ben Shapiro.
Why is Taylor Swift the absolute worst? And I'm the only person that seems to be able to see it. She's super annoying. Taylor Swift was very upset again at the 2024 Golden Globes this time when Joe Coy, who was the comedian that was hosting, made another, like I said, light joke her way. He tossed it her way. Really, the joke was at the expense of the NFL constantly focusing on her newest relationship with Travis Kelce. Like, she's the most toxic feminist that's ever existed. And what she does is basically the threat is that if she doesn't get what she wants, she writes a song about a guy and then has 15 million girls singing the songs and drops little clues so they know who it's about. I mean, it's totally psychotic if you really think about it. I don't think you appreciate how psychotic that is, that you can't date her for two.
Look at that, y'all. She's in a room full of a bunch of W men talking about a W woman. I told you them butter biscuits get you doing crazy things. In the system of supremacy, they ain't trying to hear Candace Owens start talking bad about Taylor Swift. That ain't happening. Notice, as she's talking, them guys try to cut her off and say, oh, hold on now, watch.
Psychotic, if you really think about it. I don't think you appreciate how psychotic that is, that you can't date her for two.
Look at that. She done really crossed the line that time, y'all. She done really crossed the line that time.
I say that she cosplays a 15-year-old. I'm actually going to say she's actually cosplaying an 8-year-old. The number one prediction that I have been making that divides my fans, because I have a legion of Swifties that also listen to my podcast. I love you all, and I do not fault you for being Taylor.
No, she said I got a legion of Swifties. Family, she thinks she is one. She literally thinks she's going to talk reckless about Taylor Swift and then still be accepted in the dominant society. Hell no.
Of Swifties that also listen to my podcast. I love you all, and I do not fault you for being Taylor Swift fans. I have her music on my iPhone. These are all things that I fault her for. The bigger issue when it comes to Taylor Swift is that she is an actual fraud.
This is what happens when tap dancing went wrong. You don't be no tether, come to America, talk crazy about Taylor Swift in a room full of a bunch of W's. Them butter biscuits got it twist. Somebody done spiked them. Somebody done put something in it. They done sprinkle something on top of them. That's not the way the game goes. So this is why she has been canceled. There's nowhere to go for Candace Owens no more. She cannot come back into the community. She cannot go back into any community. Black Americans been exposed to her. And since this is the first era where foundational Black Americans and Black grassroots call the shots, she is stuck between a rock and a hard place. I'm telling y'all right now, she will be getting a divorce here in the next few years. Trust me when I tell you, because Brad has got to make a decision. Brad either got to go in front of all his people, and then he's got to explain why things ain't working out, or Brad got to go home there. Brad is not sacrificing his acceptance in the dominant society for Candace Owens, especially not when he can just go get him another tether that'll be quiet, that'll hush, that'll say nothing. And if you notice, fam, when she starts saying all these things that she's done, she doesn't even have nothing. See, this is what we're talking about. You come over here and you say Black Americans need to do this. Black Americans need to do this. Black Americans built this country. We built this country so much that we got a place to go. She's right now begging to get on someone else's platform. She's saying that she's going to go get her YouTube channel. This woman has been running around for the longest trying to get things off the ground, and she doesn't even have her own brand. This is what she's been doing. She's been bootlicking. And when you bootlick, you ain't got nothing left. She's been bootlicking when these folks ain't even wearing boots. She bootlicking on sandals. She got damn slides, goddamn tennis shoes. She got moccasins, everything. This is how pathetic she is. She has nothing. So she's running back now, family, trying to get everybody to subsidize her. She's trying to be subsidized. Oh, things are way, way worse right now in Candace Owens land. Oh, man. Oh, she been blowing the wrong folk, the wrong ones. And it's very, very harsh right now in her community. And she ain't got nowhere to go, y'all. Nowhere to go. So reality has came striking on her that she has to get up and get out. And you will not see her. She's going to go back to Wyoming. She's going to sit down, and then she's going to try to reassess the situation. We have told her no. See, back in the old days, y'all know what it been. Go back to the Yes We Can era, and this is the Hell to the Nah era, way different. Go back to the Yes We Can era, and what would have happened, y'all? Black folks would have said, oh, she can come on in. She can come on. It's okay. We'll protect you. We're not providing protection for nobody anymore. We're not giving anybody assistance anymore. We letting everybody know you will not violate our community. It's serious times. We got serious business. We trying to get to the money. We don't have a second time to get this reparations thing correct. We don't have a second time to get this hate crime, these tangibles correct. This election and by the next election, we ain't got time to be playing. So Candace Owens, she done tried to crawl back to us, and guess what? She ran into a door. That door is closed. She cannot come in that door. And it's reality that she's got to deal with. These folks are understanding. I'm telling y'all in the realest way. They're understanding that this is a different generation. This is a different generation. You can't come around this generation and you cannot get anything for free. You're going to have to pay all the way up. And if you do not pay all the way up, you're going to go right on out the building. That's what she's understanding. So right now, let's bring it back. Candace Owens, you are officially racially homeless. You have nowhere to go. You can't find a way. You're stuck like Chuck, and you ain't got no means to meet. So basically, you better go ahead and go fetching. Roland Martin is racially homeless. Roland Martin got fired from the Democratic Party, and now Roland Martin ain't got nowhere else to go. Why you think Roland Martin been out here getting all mad and beeping all over the place? This is what we do, y'all. We put these people out of business. When we put these people out of business, they have nothing else to go for. So yes, she is another racially homeless person that has been affected by foundational Black Americans in this G-check era where you cannot say anything, do anything, go as you please, and then come back around to us. That is not how it works. We have been doing some serious regulating, and it is a wonderful thing, and we will continue to do this regulating, and it won't stop for nobody. Racially homeless, that's the way to go. The butter biscuits are done, y'all. They're done. She can't get nothing. She can't even get the crumbs, y'all. How she gonna get them? How she gonna get them? There ain't nowhere to go. You got to be in the house to get the butter biscuits. The house don't want her. The house don't want her no more. Candace Owens is done. It's over. It's done. We just call it a wrap, y'all. Call it a wrap. Call it a wrap. Candace Owens can't get nothing. It's done. Everybody go home. We ain't got to deal with her no more. I promise y'all that. Dude earlier talking about she gonna land on her feet. No. She done landed straight face first. That's where she landed. In foundational Black Americans, we sit back laughing. So when you look at everybody in every single community, we done showed you. Karens are laughing at her. How the hell anybody thinks she's going to say what she said and be accepted back to the dominant society with Karen and Kim? Now, y'all know the community that she was speaking about, she really wanted to cross that line. And they said, no, you ain't going there. And notice how it's being framed, y'all. Everything that she said is being framed straight up, that she's anti that community. So you know that comes with a whole nother thing. And once they start putting that on you, there ain't nowhere to go from there. There ain't nowhere to go. She ain't got nowhere to go after that. It's a wrap. Candace Owens thought that she was going to say things about Breonna Taylor. She thought that she was going to say things about George Floyd. It was all good just a week ago. A week ago, you could say these things and everything looked nice and lovely. You cannot say those things because now there are consequences for disrespecting foundational Black Americans. Now there are consequences for speaking our name. You can no longer say things about FBA and everything is just good. See, back in the old days, people could just say anything about us. Straight disrespect, y'all. Straight disrespect. And nobody would say nothing. Everybody, well, you know, it is what it is. Not, no, it ain't what it is. Okay, the only thing that's going on is when foundational Black Americans tell you that you better come correct, you better come correct. And she didn't come correct. So therefore, that's why she is exactly where she's at. And she's in the same place that all of them are. Fam, we're going down the list. We are representing to the fullest, and everybody has to catch that G-check. It's regulating season, man. It's full regulating season, and that's the best thing about this generation. That's the best thing about this heritage. That's the best thing about this culture. You cannot talk about us or disrespect us by no means without having to deal with it. You got to get it the way it is, and this is the best way, and the best way, family, is what we've been representing. So, yeah, it is a different time. It is a different generation, and it is one that is going down by foundational Black Americans. Nobody else. Nobody else can say anything. Nobody else can talk. Everybody else is going to have to represent it. And when we say, y'all, that folks is out here and they are racially homeless, I'm going to have to show y'all a real photo that we have of somebody who's been racially homeless. I got some racially homeless photos, y'all. Yes, I do. Some photos that we can show and let everybody know what racially homeless looks exactly like. And it looks just like Scandalous. So matter of fact, before I even show y'all that, let me show you this real quick. Let me show you this. This is what we've been talking about. This is what we say, y'all, when we say what she thinks the mirror looks like. We know what we see when we look at her. But once again, like somebody said, them biscuits done been tainted. Somebody done tainted them biscuits all up. But that's okay, because foundational Black Americans, we don't let them know. That right there is what she thinks is her history. We know goddamn well her history was in St. Thomas. That's what she told us. That's what she said. So she can't run around here no more and start talking that game. It don't work that way, scandalous. This is what she thinks. And once again, for the people in the back, then when she starts getting in the mirror and seeing that, next thing you know, she believes that she can do and say anything at any time, and it's all going to work in her favor. That is not the way it works. So she started crossing, and she started saying things about these other communities. And once she started speaking about those other communities came down. See, a long time ago, we didn't really have the power in our community to punish people. Well, even if we had the power, folks was going past it. They didn't really want to punish people. Now we have the power in this generation to dish out punishment for off-coded behavior. Her off-coded behavior now, family, is being punished. And that's a beautiful thing, because the more you punish off-code behavior, the more things get accomplished. The more things get accomplished, the more these folks can't come around us. She cannot come around us at all, fam, because she done violated. So now everybody in the news not only is laughing at her, what they also doing now? They're talking about how she's anti this, anti that. Now, when she was being anti-foundational Black American, nobody really said nothing. It was okay. When she was being anti our history, anti our lineage, anti our culture, oh, no. Nobody had an issue with it then. Soon as she started saying something that could be perceived as anti another community, they came down on her so fast, she blinked and was fired. This is what we mean, y'all. They are gone. They are gone. And that's got to be our motto for the rest of this year and going forward. Anybody who is racially homeless, we got to keep them there. All right. We're not out here feeding them. All right. This is the thing about these people. They come into our community and they have to get it on their own. A tether needs us, or a tether don't eat. You feel me? If a tether comes around foundational Black Americans, then a tether is going to have to know foundational Black Americans ain't feeding you. We're not housing you. The dominant society ain't going to do that either. So now what you going to do? What you going to do, Candace? What you going to do? Not a goddamn thing. You're going to do exactly what you've always done. You're going to try to eat off of us. And this time in this generation, it ain't going. So that is nothing more than an I want to be a Karen and I want to be a Becky. And that I want to be a Karen and Becky stuff done all ran dry. And she is not the only person that we have ran to the curb. No. Check this out right here, family. Y'all know this guy right here? We made him racially homeless years ago. Yeah, because he was talking reckless about foundational Black Americans. Y'all want to see somebody be off code and have to deal with that foundational Black American G-check? Yes, indeed. Well, this is what you're getting right here, y'all. This is what you're getting right here. This is what you see when somebody is racially homeless. You getting somebody like that right there. Don Lemonade, he was running around here telling Black folks, well, you need to pick up your pants and you need to do this. And he been racially homeless ever since. Ever since he ain't had nowhere to go. This man got fired too. As a matter of fact, they've all got fired. He got fired. Candace Owens got fired. Roland Martin got fired. You got one job to do. So now they out there working for them butter biscuits, and the butter biscuits ain't working for you. How does it feel, family? I'm going to tell you. This is what you get when you cross us. We are the wrong ones to cross. We are the wrong ones to get started. So they've been out here doing that right there in foundational Black Americans. We've been sitting back saying, well, it's cool. Do what you do. Do what you do. Because at the end of the day, it's all going to come back to us. And at the end of the day, whether they know it, whether they admit it, whether they accept it, whether they acknowledge it, this is the certified foundational Black American era. And you will have to do what we tell you to do. And if you choose not to, then you're going to be right there on the corner. So basically, in other terms, y'all, he's going to have to go ahead and make room for scandalous blowings. And they're going to be sitting on the corner. They're going to be sitting there just by their goddamn self with nowhere to go, nowhere to hide. And foundational Black Americans are going to be exactly what we've always been. It is a beautiful thing when your lineage has power to put real consequences on people. Gone are the days where you can say anything about us. Now you have to pay up. That's what we're doing. That's what we call racially homeless. Yes, indeed. I need y'all to subscribe to the Black Alpha Network. Everybody who is in the building, we got a lot of people in here tonight, y'all. Yes, we are deep. It's a packed house. I need every single person. While you here, if you're not subscribed, subscribe to the Black Alpha Network. We bring this real, certified, genuine Black grassroots energy. We're moving the community along. This is real activism. Really out here working, meet and greeting with the people, and just building a stronger community and empowering ourselves from the inside and keeping all the outsiders exactly over there. This is what we're doing. So if you're new to the Black Alpha Network, I'll send you a certified salute. Come on with it, family, because we're going to keep bringing the heat. We are stronger than ever right here representing. And if you are one of my day ones, you know I represent. Certified salute to you guys, man. I love you all with the passion, as I always say on every episode. And it gets stronger every single day, every single hour, every single minute, every single second. That's what it is. So those right there are the headlines, you guys. Right there. That's the headline right there. This is what's been going on. Every single newspaper has said that about her. Candace Owens fired over alleged anti-Semitism. This is what everybody's saying, you guys. So it is branded on her. Once you get that on you, you can't get that off. That's not going nowhere. So this is what she has to deal with. And now that right there is in her resume, that's in her bio, because she was running around talking about her resume and her bio and what she had to do and what she needed to do. Now you have to deal with that. And on top of that, we done showed every receipt of everybody else who done ran her off the block. And now it's just left where foundational Black Americans put them bolts on that door. It's locked and you cannot come in the building. That's the way we roll. That's the way we operate. So hold your own biscuits. This is what it is. Anybody who's tap dancing for butter biscuits, selling out the community for butter biscuits, we are making them racially homeless. We're making sure they can't come around no more. They can't even speak to us. As a matter of fact, don't even say a word to us. You just sit your ass over there. When nobody else wants you, it's not happening. Stacey Dash tried to come crawling back. Omarosa tried to come crawling back. And you see now the newest one right there is scandalous blowings. And none of them can come on back. We talk about revoking. We talk about prohibiting people from coming in. They've been G-checked and they've been regulating. It's getting to the point now, y'all, where people are knowing you don't even come around foundational Black Americans. Don't even ask. What's the most powerful thing you could do to somebody, y'all? What's the most powerful thing? The most powerful thing you can do is make it so unequivocally clear that you cannot sell us out, that you don't even try to come around. I'm telling you now, the next person that comes around our community, they will say, I'm not even going to ask. I'm going to leave them FBA alone because I know what happens every time I try to get involved. I know what happens when I sell them out. I know that this is not the era of yesterday. Gone is the POC. Gone is the minority. Gone is the African American. It's the certified foundational Black American. And we put everybody out the building and we put all their asses on the curb and they can hold their own biscuits. Never disrespect. So that's lesson number one. Scandalous blowings, canceled, gone forever. She'll never come back around. The dominant society don't want her. People of color don't want her. The whole goddamn world don't want her. So all we doing, family, is we just throwing out them L's and we laughing. That's the way we run. But when you start talking about the system of supremacy, you know what I was speaking about, fam. Two lessons. Be careful what you wish for, and you better never get too comfortable. We all know, all of us certified. See, the difference between the certified and the counterfeit is this right here, this key part. We know how to navigate in the system of supremacy. And we never lose sight that we're all living in the system of supremacy. We are all victims of the system of supremacy. The best way that you cripple and you dismantle the system of supremacy is through Black empowerment. So therefore, I can see anybody. I can see any of y'all in the chat. We could be at the store. I can see you. You can see me. We're going to nod each other. We're going, hey, what's up? Hey, what's up? What's good? We're going to already know how to work. We can make that eye contact. Other communities don't have that. Other communities don't know how to function when they're in the midst of each other. They only got to look for Master. They got to look for Zaddy. So they start getting big. So when you start seeing all of these people coming around our community and trying to use us, this is the way they try to play us. Not anymore. So we've been seeing these tools get broke. We've seen Scandalous, Fannie, Eric Adams, Brandon Johnson, and family. They done added another person to the list. And this person right here, oh, he got it bad, y'all. Oh, he got it bad. He got it bad. He got it bad. And it's about to come down raining on him. Because when you think that everything is good, when you think that everything is smooth, oh, no, it ain't. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. No, it ain't, y'all. Y'all seen the way they been coming down on Brother Love? Let's talk about this. Oh, pull up your seats, family. Pull up your seats. See, we was going to roast Roland Martin, but you know, Roland Martin coons every goddamn day, so we get him at any goddamn time, right? But let's talk about this person right here that you see on your screen, y'all. Everybody has been saying for years. Let me ask y'all a question, because I know y'all going to say the same exact thing that I've been saying. Ain't we all known for years what's been going on with Diddy, Love, Puff, or whatever he calls himself this week? See, don't you ever in the system of supremacy start thinking that you got it made. See, the problem is folks to get a little something in the community, and then the next thing you know, y'all, they start trying to take it to the next level. Oh, yeah, we about to go there. Y'all been seeing it. Did we not call this? Did we not call it? We all know that as a black person, you don't make it out clean. You don't make it out clean. Y'all remember that interview with Eddie Griffin years ago, and Eddie Griffin said, every single black person, they always try to put a stamp on you. They always try to demean you, slander you. Huey P. Newton said it. He said he never expects a dominant society to ever give you positive images of black people. The system of supremacy, SOS, it operates off of negative imageries of black people. You know this, I know this. But occasionally you get somebody who gets some money, and then they start trying to go up the ladder, and they start getting real comfortable in the system of supremacy. So you got two sides. You got some people saying, well, I just don't want to see something bad happen to another black man. And then you got the other people saying, if that black man been moving funny style and he been moving off code, whatever happens, happens. And this is what we going to talk about right now with Papa Diddy, Papa Love, Papa Puff, or whatever the hell he go by. For years, we've been knowing what's been going on with him. Y'all ever heard of the bad boy curse? Y'all ever heard? Oh, we going there today, y'all. Tune all the way in. Crank up the volume, y'all. Candace Owens, she's in the dumpster, okay? She's homeless. She's in the dumpster. She can go sit over there. She can have her own rotten-ass biscuits, okay? She's done for in the trash can. Tossed over there. Checkmate. Now, when you start talking about Diddy, family, it's been coming, and we all been knowing it. Y'all been hearing about the bad boy curse for years, all right? Y'all been hearing about it. Let's just go through the bad boy curse, okay? Notorious B.I.G. killed. We know how that happened. Mace left and became a Christian. Loon left and Loon became a Muslim. Shine left. Shine became an Orthodox Jew. Craig Mack ended up being in some damn cult in the mountains of South Carolina, and he passed away. The rapper G-Dep, for those who don't know, G-Dep one day wakes up and just turned himself in for a murder he committed in 93, okay? Black Rob passed away. His bodyguard, Wolf, passed away. People always say, what did these folks see when they was around P. Diddy that made them do that? Family, Puff done turned people into every damn religion you could be. Every single religion that is possibly available, every artist from Bad Boy ended up becoming one. What did you see around that? See, I used to say for years, go back to the 90s, go back to hip hop and look at it. The folks that made it through all of that, the folks always look in the system of supremacy to people who are playing ball. See, that's what the dominant society wants. They want somebody that's going to play ball, y'all. Yep, Black Rob. Yes, indeed. They want somebody, Gene Deal. Yes, indeed. Gene Deal been dropping the facts about Puff for a long time. We got some receipts. We got some receipts right now, and we're going to bring it. At the end of this one, these receipts are going to be smoking up. We're going to set these receipts on fire, and it is going to be clear what is going to happen next, what happened before, and how you can function and operate in the system of supremacy. And don't do it the way that Diddy been doing it. Hell no. See, the dominant society always wants somebody who's going to play ball, all right? Do as they say. Do as they go. If you look and you see 5 or 6 or 7 successful black people, and then all of them start dropping and going down, then out of nowhere, one is left standing. What was that person doing? What were they doing? Let's go back. Let's go back. Suge Knight is in jail. Okay. Russell Simmons, well, I think Puff is on his way to go see him. Okay. Because right now I'm hearing Puff's on the run. I'm hearing from my sources, people don't know where Puff's at. Okay. Maybe on this episode we're going to find. All right. You go back to the 90s. What did they take away from hip hop, y'all? Everybody talks about the way the music is now. There's no CEOs anymore because they was putting cases on CEOs. Yes, they were. Every single CEO was getting cases. Yes, they were literally getting raided, right? You can look and you've seen Suge Knight, Irv Gotti, Jay Prince. I'm not condoning all these guys, but some of the things they were doing, they all ended up getting together and they were going to create a union for rappers. And they actually studied the NFL's union, right? They wanted people to get health care, free dental, everything. Out of nowhere, these people all got raided. And next thing you know, Irv Gotti had a Fed case, Suge Knight was in jail, and everything went straight. Dame Dash. Yes, Dame Dash. Certified some. Look at Dame. Look at Dame now. Look at Dame. Go back and watch Dame Dash back in the 90s and the early 2000s and look at the way Dame spoke. The worst thing that ever happened to Dame Dash is that he was being too certified in a system where you got a bunch of vultures willing to sell you out. And Dame's own friends, Jay, and a bunch of people sold Dame out. Dame had this mentality that I got and you got, where I'm going to go get my brothers and sisters and we're going to do this together. I'm going to go get my family. We're going to do this together. It's going to be our money and we're going to take from them. Puffy never had that. Jay never had that. No, they got the mentality is I'll step over all y'all and I want to be the last man standing. So all these things that we've been talking about with Puff, going back to Tupac, we got receipts on that. Puff was able to navigate around all these things, fam, and still had this multi-billion-dollar company. I'm talking about cases way back in the 90s, cases way back in the mid-90s, early 2000s. Y'all remember the club situation with J-Lo, and y'all remember Shine shot up the club, and what happened? He ended up getting somebody to testify against Shine. Shine ended up doing 8 years in jail, and Puff went on about his day. All right? Mace, like I said, became a Christian. Loon became a Muslim. Shine became a Jew. Okay? Craig Mack joined the cult. They're all out there to the point where everybody else is gone. This is what Puff has been doing for the longest of time. And somehow he's still there. That shows you, fam, who has been playing ball. Puff was one of those people when rap had a boom in the 90s, an economic boom. An economic boom started to happen in America, the technology boom, in about 1993, 94. And this is when rappers started making real money. It became a multi-million-dollar organization, genre. Puff was selected because Puff was willing to play ball. And everybody was wondering, what ball he been playing now? We got some questions because he's running around with people like Clive Davis. We all know the history of Clive Davis. And isn't it funny that all these cases come down on the black man, they never come down on the white guy? There's been stories and evidence of Clive Davis for years and the stuff that he was doing, but he's been good to go. Nobody ever got him. Puff was playing ball with the dominant society, and what do they do with their tools when they finish? Break them. I don't give a damn if it's 2020, 2021, 22, 23, or 2024 as of yesterday. We knew eventually they was going to let Puff play ball. They was going to let him dance around, can't stop, won't stop, we ain't going nowhere. They was going to let him put hits on Tupac. They was going to let him set Shine up. They was going to let him bring all of these young folks and groom them. They knew what was going on with Puff because we knew what was going on with Puff. But it was okay because he was running around here saying, vote or die. He was running around here endorsing Joe Biden. Yeah, a lot of people don't remember that in 2020, Puff started a black political party. Yes, he did. And immediately he endorsed Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Puff knew when to throw it in. See, the thing about Puff and Candace Owens is that they're very sophisticated liars. They know how to steal our words. The worst thing someone could ever tell you is a half-truth, okay, and make it sound real good. Candace Owens will put together all these intellectual terms. See, the problem with her and what makes her more devious, Candace Owens knows how to intellectualize her tap dancing. She knows how to intellectualize her cooning. And this is why black folks say, amazing point now, Puff knows how to do the same thing. Puff just a few months ago was talking about reparations. Y'all remember? And he couldn't even get it out right. He was like, what's the reparations? He couldn't even say it, but he's been watching. Why do you think he created Revolt, the Revolt Summit? Yes, he knows how to say, I'm going to get this person, this person. They do just enough to seem very, very on our side and to seem very endearing to us, but then they still go home to massa. That's what Puff's been doing until now. So let's talk about the people. And there's another person that if y'all know who I'm talking about, y'all remember Puff's baby mama? Kim Porter mysteriously passed away. Yeah. Well, we got some evidence and receipts on that. So the receipts are about to be set on fire and we about to go all the way to work. Puff, it's gonna come down, family. Soon as we heard that case, we knew what was about to happen. We knew what was going to go down. We knew that it was time for even Puff Diddy to go ahead and get that tool broken, because we've been known for the longest time, when you're in the system of supremacy, you better function properly, and he ain't been functioning properly. Watch this, family. Breaking news.
Holmes, the rapper and music executive, perhaps being linked to a sex trafficking investigation.
He got some shots of a few people coming out of the home. Those people have been detained. Now we're trying to still connect the dots. We do have some sources on scene here that we're getting this information from. We were actually the first ones here with about different law enforcement vehicles at least. There are 3 Bearcats on scene here. This just all unfolded, Sandra, I would say less than 10 minutes ago. We got here even before the crime scene tape came up. So we're just...
Fair use, by the way. Fair use, fair use.
Down the hill, if you look up the street where Tony is right now to the right, you'll see one of those Bearcats, and law enforcement on the other side of those bushes basically is that home that is registered to Bad Boy Films, which is part of Bad Boy Entertainment. And the home in particular is registered not only to Bad Boy Films, but to one of P. Diddy's daughters.
They are heavily armed, and they've been very tactful, would probably be the best word to use, as they made entry into this home this afternoon. We actually watched them as they made their way through one of these side gates. And as soon as they got inside the home, one of the first things they did was made their way into this garage that you see is open right there. Now, they did take a couple people into custody. We witnessed that. Now, are they under arrest? Are they just being asked about what they know? That I can't answer, but I can tell you there's 3 people right there that were taken into custody, were inside that home at the time of the raid.
We did see a bunch of homes. The rapper and music executive
Puff has finally got that wake-up call. See, these folks, what I say, what was the 2 lessons of this episode, family? It is be careful what you wish for and do not get comfortable in the system of supremacy. There's 2 types of people, the certifieds and the counterfeits. We know, and we are always focused 24/7 on who the op is and who the family is. We're the family, they're the ops. Anti-black racism. These people are always working against us. So it's our job to maintain and to move with very, very intelligence through the system. Now, Puff don't want to do that. Puff don't want to do that. Look at all the track records of things that Puff has done. Have you noticed, family, that Puff don't have them same track records of running up on the dominant society? How come he ain't never ran up on the dominant society? How come he's always had smoke for other brothers and sisters? Somebody tell me why. Somebody tell me why it's always been this way when you start talking about Puff. Because he has been out here playing ball with the dominant society and getting passes left and right. Well, like we said, those chickens have come home to roost, and everybody is seeing it right now playing out in real time. We knew when the case came, when that chick Cassie was running around here saying that Puff had did some things, and she started breaking it all down. Notice, fam, notice when those things came down on Puff out of nowhere, y'all, out of nowhere, it all started to snowball. We've been knowing what's been going on with him for years. We've been knowing what he's been up to for years, but it literally took that lady to come out, and he settled real quick. So he thought it was going to go away. Puff thought it was going to go away. He thought everything was going to be kosher, but it wasn't. Next thing you know, after they raided Puff, this is what you end up seeing, fam. This is what you end up seeing. This came out just yesterday, fam. Just yesterday. And I'm sorry that I had to be that guy, but I had to say this. I said, Puff looking like he is out there right now trying to go hang out with Russell Simmons. This is Puff at the Miami airport. Look at him out there pacing, y'all. We don't know what to do
What's
next.
going to happen next, Diddy? And then
Puff is trying to find a way out. He's searching. That right there is the look of somebody when they know that that tool is being broke. Look at that man contemplating life. He thinking about Biggie. He thinking about Sean. He thinking about Black Rob, G Dep, everybody. He don't know what to do or where to go. Puff knows what he's trying to do. Puff is trying to find a way because he understands that now is the time. And by the way, fair use, fair use, fair use. This is just news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and commentary. Fair Use Act, Fair Use Act. Yes. That's not the end. That's not the end. A couple weeks ago, I seen some people, they were saying they saw Puff, but they said he was there, but he wasn't really there. Like he knew what was coming down. And everything that we have said was going to happen has been happening. This was Puff not that long ago. Let me ask y'all a question. Let me ask y'all this question. Does he look like he's really there? Look at this. Did he look nervous at the last event he was seen at in Hollywood? Tell me, does he look a little nervous like he's not really there? This don't look like the Puff that was popping bottles and throwing them in the sky and catching them. No, 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 no. Look at this, y'all. Let me play this. You know, they like to play the music. Look at Puff right there. Look at him. Look at him. Is he really there? Look at that man. That man nervous. Look at him. Ain't nobody behind you, Puff. Ain't nobody behind you. Flavor Flav walked right by him. Didn't say nothing to him. Look at him. He looked lonely. Look. Black Alpha exclusive. Look at this. Look at this right there. One more time. Watch Flavor Flav walk right by him, and he looks like he just lost his puppy. He's nervous. He's looking around. Flavor Flav walks right by him. Doesn't acknowledge him. But look at him looking. Look, the party's all over here. Puff just sitting down. Puff at this point is just going through the motions, y'all. Look at that man. Look at that man right there. He knows what time it is. He knows exactly what's happening. Puff knows that he's been tap dancing for the longest time, and now them chickens have come home to roost. The same ones we was talking about Candace Owens. This is why we said they got to hold their own biscuits. Nobody is coming to save you. When you start looking at everything that has went on in our community in hip-hop, Puff has been in the middle of so many things. I heard somebody say it best the other day. They said if you literally Google Puffy and tragedy, it goes up hand in hand. Hand in hand. He's been around so many tragedies that it's sad. Look. Look, he's looking around. He looked like when you're bored and you're somewhere you don't want to be and you just keep looking at your phone. Look at Flavor Flav over there having a great time. Flavor Flav, who a lot of people say is just, a wild guy. Flavor Flav is over there talking to all the women. He's living it up. Puff still ain't got up. I ain't never seen. Look at this guy. Look at him. Look at him. Look at that man right there, y'all. This was Puff as of last week. This was the last party that people seen Puff in. This man is completely tapped out. Completely tapped out. He knows that's somebody who got Rico on his mind. That's somebody who knows deep down inside them boys is coming, and they coming fast, and they coming quicker than he can imagine. That's what's going on in Puff's mind. That's a man who's thinking about getting out of Dodge. He's wondering how he can get out of the country, how he can go visit Russell Simmons, how he can go to a place that will not extradite him back to the United States of America. That's what's going on in his mind, y'all, and it don't stop. Look at this man even more, y'all. The man is lost. That ain't Party Puff. That ain't Bad Boy. We won't stop. No. Look at him. Look at it. Nervous shaking. Look at that, family. Nervous shaking. He didn't know he was going to get ready. Oh, no, he knew. He knew. Oh, yeah, Puff knew. Puff knew. Look at him walking out right there, fam. This is what's happening. Boom. Next thing you know, the raid occurred. Boom. It's that simple and it's that easy. This is what's been going on. Puff knows what's happening. And foundational Black Americans, if y'all notice, we are taking the same position of, hey, it is what it is. It is what it is, because we've been hearing everything for years. We've been knowing about it. Man, I remember being in middle school and hearing everything about Puff. We all know the stories. You can go all the way to Tupac. Tupac was kind of saying some things about Puff back in the day, and it looked like a lot of that has come true. But right after that, we're going down the sequence. He got raided. Soon as he got raided, this right here, this is all Black Alpha Network exclusives, fam. After he got raided, the next thing you know, matter of fact, let's rewind. He was at that party. At the party, y'all seen he was acting real strange, right? Real strange. Dude was shaking his legs, staring up at the sky. He knew that Rico was on his way, right? Okay, checkmate. Next thing you know, Puff got that raid. Boom. And then look, fam. This right here is footage of Puff's jet. Breaking news. Sean Diddy Combs has fled the United States in his private plane. You can't make this up, y'all. You cannot make this up. Puff's plane is being tracked. This plane is being tracked all the way to Cape Verde. Look at this. Look at that, y'all. That ain't no lie. That ain't no lie. That's literally what's happening. That is literally what's going on. Puff said, I'm getting out of here. See, that's what he was thinking about. That's what he was thinking about. He was saying, how can I fly straight the hell out of here and go to a place where I'll be safe and I ain't got to deal with Rico? See, Puff ain't like one of them people. I'm going to say this. When the dominant society, because a lot of people saying, well, let's not forget about what they did to Bill Cosby. First off, they railroaded Bill Cosby. Let's make that clear. What they did to Bill Cosby was foul, and they completely conjured up everything that they did to Bill Cosby. That is a fact. Second off, Bill Cosby had more fortitude, shall I say, than everybody else, because Bill Cosby stayed. Bill Cosby sat there and he took those. Puff and them ain't gonna do that. Puff ain't gonna do that. Bill Cosby was out here and he never apologized to the dominant society. Puff never did, or Bill Cosby never did that. Puff did. Puff apologized 100 times. Yep, all these rappers apologize. How many times has the dominant society family made these rappers apologize? How many times? If you would have told me years ago that the only person that would stand up and defeat the Me Too movement, defeat the dominant society trying to break them, would be Bill Cosby, I'd have been shocked. But guess what? I'm not shocked anymore. Because if you look at it, Bill Cosby said, I'll take this, I'll do the time. He got out and he threw up that peace sign and said, I win. Puff and all them guys is trying to run. Puff is not going to handle this good. Puff is going to do what he's always done. Puff is going to run and hide. Puff is going to get out of Dodge because he knows damn well them boys is coming. And his track record and the dirt that he has from the things that he's done ain't too sweet. So therefore, he hopping on that damn plane and he flying his ass straight out of town. That's what Puff is doing, and we all are witnessing it one by one. That's not the end of it, though, fam. Look at this right here. Look at this. I even got a more detailed thing. This is even more detailed right here. Look at this, y'all. Breaking news. Sean P. Diddy Combs' private jet has departed from the United States amid a sex trafficking investigation involving raids on his residence by the Department of Homeland Security. The aircraft's trajectory indicates it is bound for Cape Verde, a country that lacks an extradition treaty with the United States. At the moment, it is unknown if Diddy is actually on the plane or not. He was. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, they was tracking him. They was tracking him, fam. He wasn't running. He wasn't running. No. He was flying. That's what he's doing. It's funny. Puffy was fleeing. Puff was fleeing. Ain't that sad, y'all? Ain't that sad? They done made Puff flee. Puff done got raided and started to flee. But notice, when Puff was with Kim Porter, and I'm not mistaken, Kim Porter is from Columbus, Georgia. Puff, by every account, from Gene Deal and several other people, you seen the way he treated Kim Porter, right? Yep, okay. But look at what he's done. Puff done threw his life away. Y'all remember when J-Lo broke up with him? He was hurt. And then he ran around here with Cassie. This man has been twirling and swirling as well. Look at it right there. Oh, they had Puff. Puff was saying, I'm gone. I ain't coming back. When I leave, I'm leaving for good. Puff knew what time it was. Puff knew exactly what time it was. That's why he was shaking. That's why he was twitching. He was trying to get out of Dodge ASAP because he knew them charges was coming. He's not Bill Cosby. He's not built like Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby said, I will sit here and I will take the time. Bill Cosby was an old man in poor health, and he took it and he left. He said, I don't give a damn. He went to jail, got out, came back, threw up the peace sign, and it was good. Puff is running and hiding. What does that tell you? Because we all been knowing it. But if you start looking at some of the games that he's been playing, and you look at how he's been playing ball with and for the dominant society for a long time, we all know it. Let's go case by case of some of the strange, funny style, things that don't look real in the light, stuff that Puff has been doing that we've been knowing for the longest amount of time. You remember in the year 2020, a lot of people forget this, and I got some Black Alpha receipts on this one. Remember in the year 2020, during the election, you had Breonna Taylor, you had George Floyd, you had Rashard Brooks, you had Ahmaud Arbery. And the Democratic Party did what, fam? The Democratic Party showed up and they hijacked every single one of those brothers and sisters protests, and they turned them all into vote blue no matter who. They showed up at Breonna Taylor with Joe Biden hats. They showed up at Ahmaud Arbery with Joe Biden hats. They showed up at Rashard Brooks and George Floyd, and they put on all of those Joe Biden hats, and they hijacked them all. Something happened that nobody really talked about. See, why Puff has been going around talking about revolt, and he's been talking about us. You got to be careful. They know when to say us, and then they know when not to say us. Puff will come around black folks and he'll say, man, us, man, we got to do this. We got to get the money. See, when Dame Dash talks that stuff, he lives it. You're seeing where Dame Dash is in life right now, that he has really been on some me, some us, some community. You got to give that up to Dash, because look where he's at right now. If you ever look in the system of supremacy, I'm telling you, you put 100 black women in one room, you put 100 black men in one room, the last one standing 9 times out of 10 with all the money has been the one playing ball and selling out their people. When you are about the community, it comes with a lot of sacrifice, okay? Martin Luther King could have been a millionaire. Malcolm X could have been a millionaire, all right? But they put it all on the line for the community. Dr. Huey P. Newton was a doctor. Not to mention, and that was in sociology and anthropology, not to mention he also was a student of law, but he put it all on the line for the community. These people who are the last ones standing with all the money, surrounded by a bunch of W women, a bunch of people of color, a bunch of minority women having these parties. That ain't somebody who's been riding for the community. So when he came around here talking about revolt this and revolt this and revolt this, hell to the no. We knew what it was. We knew what he was on. We knew exactly Puff was trying to run that game and run that gambit on Black Americans. Fuck no. But we've been watching it, and he started a party. A lot of people don't even know. Puff started the Our Black Party. Yes, he did. They used Puff to go ahead and to infiltrate the Black reparations movement that we had going, the Black grassroots reparations movement that we had going. They used Puff the same way they used Black Lives Matter. They just did it from a hip-hop point of view. And Puff started saying he supported Joe Biden. And not only that, he said we got to get Trump out of office. And he did it real quietly. Then he put all these people right there in the mix. Let's show the receipts, fam. Let's show the receipts. Look at this right here, y'all. This was Puff in 2020, quietly trying to hijack our movements, quietly trying to endorse Joe Biden, quietly trying to get us to vote for the Democratic Party. This is what we mean when we say play ball. Look at the top. Sean Diddy Combs launches Black political party, endorses Joe Biden for president. Fair use, fair use, fair use. Watch this.
Man is elected. We're not standing by no more getting killed. We're not scared of anybody standing up and standing by. We're on the verge of a race war. White men like Trump need to be banished. That way of thinking is real dangerous. When you look at it, we don't have no choice. You know what I'm saying? You can say what you want about Biden. I can't say I love to pick either, but hey, we got to get him in office, and then we got to hold him accountable. We got to get him in office. We got to get him in office. We got to get him in office, and then we got to hold him accountable. Man is elected. We're not standing.
Whoa, wait a minute. We got to get him in office. We got to hold him accountable. We got to get him in office. We got to hold him accountable. Y'all remember, that's what it was when all the people who were really just Democratic shills, y'all remember when the Democratic shills were coming around and they were saying, well, you know, I don't really want to vote for Joe Biden, but we got to vote for him anyway and hold him accountable after the election. Y'all remember that, right? The hold him accountable after the election stuff? Well, that's exactly what Puff was talking about. Holding him accountable after the election. And then he started saying, well, we need our own Black political party. That's what Puff was trying to run with. He had the whole thing of a Black political party, and he was trying to use everybody and all of the political unrest that was going on in 2020, Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, so on. He was trying to use all of that so he can garner votes and transition it right on over to Joe Biden. That's the same exact thing that Black Lives Matter did. Watch how he starts off and says, it's going to be a race war. Remember, that's what Black Lives Matter was saying. We see you there, Puff.
Man is elected. We're not standing by no more getting killed. We're not scared of anybody standing up and standing by. We're on the verge of a race war.
That is exactly what Black Lives Matter said. And then watch how he said that. We're not afraid. We're not afraid. We're not afraid. And then he turns around. Now, he looked pretty afraid when we seen that video. He was tapping his foot and he was scared. He wasn't looking up at anybody. He looked pretty afraid when that raid was coming down. But when it came to trying to get us to vote for the Democrats, oh, no, we're not afraid. And then watch how he flips it right to Joe Biden.
White men like Trump need to be banished. That way of thinking is real dangerous. When you look at it, we don't have no choice. You know what I'm saying? You can say what you want about Biden.
We have no choice? Whoa, whoa, whoa. This is what nobody remembers because he was throwing revolt summits and letting people come and he was covering up all the tap dancing. The worst thing you can see is someone who tries to use Black grassroots language to push a Democratic message. That's what Puff was doing.
You know what I'm saying? You can say what you want about Biden. I can't say I love to pick either, but hey, we got to get him in office and then we got to hold him accountable. We got to get him in office. We got to get him in office. We got to get him in office and then we got to hold him accountable.
That's what he was doing. So he started his Black political party. That's what he did. This is why we're not putting on the cape for him with all the situations popping off. And when you start talking about the party, we did some research and we started digging into what it really, really is. Let's talk about this black political party that he was trying to hit us with. All right. Let me show you guys how this was nothing more than Black Lives Matter. A lot of people do not remember this. Diddy reveals launch of black political party called Our Black Party. Now it's 2024, right? Where has any of this been? Where has any of this been, y'all? Where has it been? This should have been gaining momentum from 2020 all the way until right now, and therefore we should be getting some type of political movement going. We're still in the black grassroots doing everything independently, but you didn't see any of this. Where was this Our Black Party from 2020 when it came to our brother Marcel? They didn't get behind him. They didn't get behind him. They didn't put millions of dollars behind him. They didn't go get Dr. Claude and all the reparations. Hell, I'm one of them. I ain't make my phone, and my phone ain't rang nobody's. Why haven't they hit us up? I ain't seen nobody. Why? Because you see some real nefarious stuff. Diddy has recanted comments he made earlier this year. Watch this. Watch this. I'm telling y'all, this is why we not coming. I told you the receipts was on fire tonight. They on fire. Diddy has recanted comments he made earlier this year regarding the black vote and announced the launch of Our Black Party in an interview with Charlemagne. He even went and did the Charlemagne thing. Didn't Candace Owens just do the Charlemagne thing? Yeah. Matter of fact, look at him. Look at him. We told y'all what we say. The person out there showing their teeth, Kiki and Ha-Han, is the person who is the most devious. Diddy launches Black Political Party. Let's read some of the stuff about this party, okay? Let's read some of it. We're going to read some of the stuff about this party, and I'm telling y'all, fam, this was Black Lives Matter, and it was a grift to get foundational Black Americans to vote for the Democrats. This is why when he got all of these cases and he getting his home rated, hold your own biscuits, hold them. Diddy has recanted his statement from earlier this year where he declared the black vote will not be for free in 2020. And he has revealed he's starting a political party called Our Black Party. Fam, he starts off by saying that. Remember, he was saying, our vote is not for free. Our vote is not for free. You're going to have to work for our vote. That's what he was saying. That is what we were saying. So he took what we said in terms of our vote is not for free, because that's what we were saying in 2020. That's what we're saying now. He got everybody to say that, and then he immediately pivoted onto, I apologize, I didn't mean that. In a new interview with Charlemagne the God, Democratic Shield, the pair discussed Diddy's controversial comment a couple months ago. He said, I told everybody to hold their vote hostage, Diddy said. It would be irresponsible for me to have to hold our vote hostage, but it would also be irresponsible for me to just let this moment go by. He just said holding our vote would be irresponsible. Right now, we saying no tangibles, no vote. No reparations, no vote. No black hate crime law, no vote. And he come out and says that would be irresponsible. So basically, fam, Diddy is telling all of us it is irresponsible to vote for the couch. It is irresponsible to hold your vote. It is irresponsible to say we're not going to vote blue no matter who. Notice how it started off with, we are going to sit at home. And then he transitioned right over to, well, that's irresponsible. I shouldn't have said that. You need to go vote. Diddy says, the world is watching, and I'm doing everything I can to make sure that going forth, that we are part of the narrative, that we own our own politics. He shared his plans for a new political party that aims to uplift the agenda of America's black community. He says this is where it gets real, fam. He says, I am launching one of the boldest movements. He called it a movement, right? A movement that quit moving right after he told us to vote Democrat. I'm launching one of the boldest movements that I've ever launched. It's called Our Black Party. It's time for us to have our own black party unapologetically. Because right now, if you look at the debates, we're not even in the conversation. We don't have political power. We don't have political leverage. And we have started our own black party with some young, fearless black activists, elected officials, and I have stepped up and put the money behind. Remember that right there. Remember that right there. He said that he has found young black activists that he is putting money behind. Family, you guys know, like I know, that we got a ton of black activists. We got some on-code candidates right here in our community. It's funny that when they start talking about these people, They don't never mention anybody that we're familiar with. He said he's going to put money behind. Puff was damn near a billionaire, if not a full straight up billionaire. And he said that he was going to put his money behind some black activists. Okay, well, I did some researching, and let's go see who these black activists are, y'all. Let's see who these black activists are, because the receipts are all on the table, right? Okay, let's go look at some of them. Because when I started pulling out that paperwork, the paperwork is trash, super trash. Look at this right here, y'all. According to the website, our Black Party is committed to creating an agenda and elevating policies and people focused on Black liberation. With this agenda, we will energize voters, current and new, reframe the national political landscape, and reshape the culture of Black people. It is based on 10 pillars: defunding the police. What was that? That was a Black Lives Matter slogan. Guaranteed income for all. For all. That means everybody. Again, decriminalizing poverty. Okay. Addressing racism in healthcare, growing Black businesses, electing at least 1,000 Black people to positions of power at every government. Remember, that was the whole seat at the table talk. Y'all remember that? A couple years ago, they was hell-bent on, we didn't need a seat at the table. We need a seat. Representation matters. This all Black Lives Matter talk. All Black Lives Matter talk. Then he says, the creation of a cabinet-level equity officers. Okay. Then he also says, marijuana legalization. Family, y'all know like I know, we are the only people that they come to us, and a part of their plans is marijuana legalization. Like every Black person smokes marijuana. You don't go to any other community and say, well, one thing I'm going to do for y'all is I'm going to legalize marijuana. That ain't got nothing to do with Black America. All right. When you start talking about issues that affect us, legalizing marijuana is the last thing that we're worried about. Hell to the yeah. So this is what he said. Now, is that not Black Lives Matter? So let's get it right. He said, we're going to hold our vote. And then he recanted that and said, no, I'm sorry. That's irresponsible. We say no tangibles, no vote. He says that's irresponsible. Then he also flip-flopped and he said, we're going to give you racial equity. We're going to give you income for all. And we're going to legalize marijuana. And then he said he's got 10 Black activists that he's going to put money behind. 10 activists we don't know. We did all the research. And family, let's go ahead and pull these folks up. Let's show you the people that they was trying to put in front of us. Let's show you the folks that they were trying to scam us with, and they were trying to put some Democrats. Because when you look at these people's paperwork, it's Democrat, Democrat, Democrat. Our Black Party is led by young Black elected officials and activists like Candace Hollingsworth, the mayor of Hyattville, Maryland, Dr. Wes Bellamy, the retired vice mayor of Charlottesville, Virginia. Both serve as the national co-chairs of our Black political party, along with 3 other members. Stephanie Morales, the Commonwealth attorney, Leah Webb, a retired counselor, and Rashad Lambert. Remember all of those names, family. Remember every last one of those names, because those names tell us exactly where they was trying to take us when it came to this, fam. Watch the way they try to hustle us, fam. And I'm telling you right now, foundational Black Americans are too strong for any of those games. Look at this right here. This is who they were trying to hit us with. They said Dr. Wes Bellamy. Okay, let's look at these people. These were going to be your future Democrats of tomorrow. This is what they were trying to hit us with. The future Democrats of tomorrow. Bellamy enters race for Charlotte. Let's look at some of these folk now. Let's look at some of them. Okay, that's Dr. Wes Bellamy. That's one of the activists that he named was going to be the future of Black America. That's going to serve his political party. All right, how about this? Here we go. High school teacher Wes Bellamy has officially launched his campaign for Charlotte City Council. This is Bellamy's second attempt to secure the nomination of the Democratic Party. One more time, run it back. The Democratic Party. This man is a Democrat. This is the person that he was trying to get to be the man that was going to lead his party, and it was a straight up Democrat. That's what he went. You know, like I know, it's the same thing Black Lives Matter did. Remember when Black Lives Matter said, what we gonna do is we gonna get some people in political office. We gonna get some political power. And the first thing they did, y'all, was do what? First thing they did is they started feeding us a bunch of Democratic politicians. So that's what that was. Okay, that's not the end. We went back and we did some more research and some more paperwork snatching. on this Dr. Wes Bellamy. Look at this. Wes Bellamy resigns over his racist tweets, remains as Charlottesville vice mayor. Look at him in the back. He had some tweets that I guess upset the dominant society. They read him his goddamn rights, and he was already buck broken before you even seen his face. Yes, indeed. They buck broke him all the way down, and they said, boy, I'm going to tell you what you going to do. You going to apologize for the things that you said about the W community. And he said, yes, boss. This is what we talking about. Yes, they try to give us a high school teacher. Get out of here. That's right there. That's the number one person that he was trying to give us with his black political party. That ain't it. Check this out. Look at the tweet I found. Y'all know I got receipts. I got spoilers. I got invoices. I got tax returns. Check this out right here. I did some more researching, and this right here was after the debate between Joe Biden and Donald Trump in 2020. This guy, Dr. Wes Bellamy, one of the activists that Puffy hand-selected to lead his party, that he said he was going to put millions of dollars behind so we don't have to hold our vote. The guy said, I haven't come out and endorsed any presidential campaign, but I will say the Biden announcement this morning brings a new dynamic. Putting Charlottesville at the center of his rollout was bold, but it directly takes on Trump. That's more than some have ever done. And then somebody at the bottom said, very intense and intentionally thorough. I enjoyed it and felt inspired. Bellamy responded and said, I feel you. So basically, in other words, when Joe Biden came out and he gave that BS ass speech where he said, I denounce supremacy because Charlottesville, this man followed up, y'all, and he said, well, I was inspired by that. That was inspiring. And you know what? I'm so inspired that I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to vote for Joe Biden. This is the guy that they went to go and pick so he can head Puff's party, so he can be the main one that Puff Diddy can use, and he can try to get him to elevate all these other communities. That's straight up Democrat. The man ran for the Democratic seat. Followed by that, the man came back around, and then the man said he is going to not only be a Democrat. No, that ain't enough. No, that ain't enough. Not only is that man going to be a Democrat, on top of him being a Democrat, the next thing he's going to do, fam, is that he said he felt inspired. He said he was so inspired by the speech, it moved him. That ain't nothing different than what we were hearing the whole election cycle. That ain't nothing different than what we were hearing. Oh, Joe is so good. That's that Uncle Joe talk. That's what that is, y'all. That's Uncle Joe talk that they've been running and we've been watching and we've been seeing. That's what it is right there. They're not fooling us. Puff tried to pull a fast one. So therefore, foundational Black Americans, like we're always there to check it, there to wreck it, on deck, on site, every day, every which way. That's not the only person that he tried to throw at us. No, he had more, y'all. He had more. Look at this person right here. Oh, it gets worse. Y'all thought that guy was bad. Oh, no. Oh, no. It gets worse than that. It gets worse than that. Look at this one right here, y'all. This is another person. Remember, he said Stephanie Morales. He said Wes Bellamy. He said Leah Webb. Look at this. This is another person. Stephanie Morales, Democrat for Commonwealth's attorney. Look at that right there. That's another person that he was trying to give to us. Another Democrat. This was Black Lives Matter. Puff tried to use Black grassroots terminology to get us to vote for the Democratic Party when we did not vote for the Democratic Party, and the grassroots still sat out the election. Next thing you know, he tried to run that gambit and flip-flop it on us. That is a Democrat. So the last guy ran for a Democratic seat. This woman ran for Democratic seat, and he's basically trying to tell us that he wasn't giving us Democratic plantation talk. That's all Democratic plantation talk, fam. All Democratic plantation. But we ain't done. Check this one out right here. Same lady. Look at this, y'all. Commonwealth's attorney, Stephanie Morales, is a member of the Delta sorority. I don't know none of them. The Lynx, okay, and an appointee to the Virginia State Child Review Team and the National Board. This right there is your typical Democrat sorority boule old school, NAACP, Urban League, all of that, all of the above, y'all. That's what she was doing, and this is what he was trying to feed us. You know damn well. And by the way, Morales, yeah, exactly. Yeah, that ain't FBA. That ain't FBA. No, nice try. So he gave us a Democrat and he gave us a non-FBA, and he tried to give us that in the grassroots. We always got to watch these people who come around the grassroots and they try to speak grassroots language. They try to talk like us. They try to sound endearing to us. They try to make it look like they're doing this for us. No, you're not. You just feeding us the same old game. You're giving us the same boule, sororities, and all of the above. And by the way, fam, I looked at her paperwork. Oh, it got even dirtier than that. Oh, her paperwork got real dirty. Look at this right here, y'all. In 2017, with more than $140,000 in support from political action committees backed by liberal billionaires George Soros and Carrie Tuna, Morales was reelected with 63% of the vote. Family. Y'all know we done broke down George Soros. Y'all seen me personally run up on that guy from In Cobra straight up. Y'all see me run up on him and tell him to his face that they take money from George Soros. Yes, the hell they do. And this woman right here is backed by George Soros. If George Soros is putting $140,000 behind you, they ain't doing it for reparations. They ain't doing it for the community. They not doing it for nothing more than butter biscuits. That ain't nothing more than a tether. That ain't nothing more than a non-FBA. And they're trying to get us with that one. Oh, Puff thought he was slick. And he wondered why that cape ain't blowing in the wind. Nah. You better take your ass to Cape Verde, homie. Yeah. All right, check out the next person. Oh, yeah, we got paperwork all day, every day. Look at this. Leah Webb. Webb declares victory in Democratic primary for 52nd State Senate. Look at that right there, y'all. Boom. There you go. This is Leah Webb. This is another activist that he said he was going to get behind and help the black community. And she was a Democrat. That's 3 Democrats in a row, y'all. 3 Democrats in a row. And you don't want to even hear about her actual policies because it's literally with everybody other than foundational black Americans. That right there is Miss Webb. Miss Webb is a Democrat. That is another Democrat that he was trying to slide to foundational black Americans. So you see that he was trying to hit us with the pivot, with the hustle, with the con game, and none of that stuff worked because foundational black Americans are just far too savvy. They wish that they was living in another era. They wish they were living in an era where they can get away with this. They wish that they were living in an era where this stuff slide all over the place, but it's not. You try to run these games on us, we will be the first ones to call you out. We will be the first ones to do some regulating, and that's exactly what we did. And on to the last person. These are all the activists that he said that he was going to get. All right. We're not talking about real activists. You dig? We're not talking about black alphas. We're not talking about Marcel Dixon. No, he didn't mention that. He's not talking about Dr. Claude Anderson. He's not talking about real reparationists. No, he's not talking about people out here in the street. Me personally, I did more activism in the streets for foundational black Americans last year than any of these people. These people are all unknown people. Look at this though right here, family. Look at this guy. Look at this guy right here. Forbes appoints Rashad Lambert as the director of culture and community to bring more diversity. This was one of the main guys he picked, y'all. Look at this dude right here. He just happy. Ain't he just happy, y'all? Look at him. All right, we ain't done. Look at this. Look how many times they say black and brown when they start talking about this guy. A social reckoning and demand for more diversity in media continues as companies are making a priority to become allies in a way that uplifts champions of success. This is what they're trying to tell us. Okay. All right. Well, if that's the case, then let me bring it all the way back around. Watch how they play us left and right. In an announcement, Chief Content Officer of Forbes, Randall Lane, the outlet has named Lambert Director of Culture and Community to help position Forbes as the leading community of young black and brown entrepreneurs. There you go. Black and brown entrepreneurs. That's one time. Here it goes again. Black and brown professionals. Let's keep track of how many times we see black and brown because you're going to keep on seeing it left and right, left and right. Once again, black and brown entrepreneurs and their allies. There we go. It don't stop. No. No, I think they're going to fit black and brown in here a bunch more times, y'all. A bunch more times. So this is the black party that Puff was trying to create. There goes again, equity. Y'all know they love equity. Equity just means all lives matter. That's all that means. Okay, one more time. Black and brown business, men and women. There goes black and brown again. Yep, this is what we talk about. Yep, there goes again. Amplifying black and brown voices. All right, that's 5. Let's see if we can get 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is what we seeing. Y'all know like I know. Well, there goes again. Creating a space for black and brown. Puff, nice try. Nice try. That's why they're raiding you, homie. That's why they're raiding you right there, family. That's why they're raiding you right there. This was the guy that they was trying to feed to foundational black Americans. That's the person that they was trying to hit us with. So yeah, Puff has been on that. Puff has been on that. But I'm going to show you guys something. I'm going to show y'all something so crazy. This is going to really, really get to you right here. We start talking about that page, right? We start talking about it. Okay. Let me tell you something. The funny thing is, Puff tried to run that one on us. Puff, he think he's slick. All right. This ain't bad, but this ain't making the band. All right. We're not walking to go get no goddamn cheesecake, homie. Nice try. Nice try. You better try somebody else. That ain't going to work. We ain't walking to go get no goddamn cheesecake. We ain't walking for none of that. All right. You better go pull that on the artist. You better go pull that on one of them, the band or whatever. All right. This ain't the band. Nah, not at all. Never will be. Never will be. Never. So let me show you what ends up happening, y'all. This is the craziest thing ever. I want y'all to see this. This is what y'all got to see. Y'all got to see this. When you start hearing about all of that, and Puff was trying to run that game on us, trying to get us basically to go vote for whatever party he wanted us to go vote for, Democrats, trying to make us go vote blue no matter who. I understand. Okay. This was right here, an article about it, right? Diddy launches Our Black political party aimed at black voters. All right, cool. I got that. Let's look right here. Let's go to the website, y'all. Let's go check out the website. The website's here. Let's go look at the website so we can see what they talking about, policies on this website. Let's go see what the Our Black Party is talking about. There's already a website for ourblackparty.org. Let's click that. Let's click it. All right. Let's see what they're talking about over there at ourblackparty.org. I want y'all to check it out, man. You know, we're going to see what policies they talking about over there. This is in 2020. Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. Wait, what happened to ourblackparty.org? Wait a minute. I clicked the link. I Googled it. I Yahoo'd it. I researched it. I done went all the way into the paperwork. What happened to it? Wait. Website expired. The account has expired. If you are the site owner, click below. No. Puff said that holding your vote was irresponsible. Puff said that he's got to hold Joe Biden accountable after the election. This is after the election. He's been president for 3 years. Come on, wait a minute now. You said that we need black political power so we can go ahead and we can get all of the bad Republicans and Donald Trump and everybody gone. This is what you said. Where's the site at? I don't see it. It looks real funny in the light. Oh, I get it. It makes sense now. It makes a whole lot of sense, fam. So what ended up happening was he ran that grift until election time. They got Jimmy Crow Joe elected and then gone. That is exactly what happened. He split, he went all that, and then he went and had one of them grooming parties with them young folks. That's what it looked like to me. It looked like he took time off of having one of his little grooming parties, one of those puff parties where they was just throwing around fruit cups and they was throwing around fruit roll-ups and every damn thing. Everybody invited, all right? And then after all of that failed, he ran back and said, you know what? Let's just close the website. I thought that we needed to hold Joe Biden accountable. I thought you was going to put millions of dollars behind those black activists that we just seen, that we just pulled all their paperwork out. All those black activists right there, the ones that are supposed to be sold down for the community, those black activists that had all these great things for us, those black activists that were supposed to hold us down. You hand selected them. They was going to change the course of history. They was going to get us reparations and everything. I thought that was going to happen. But in reality, your goddamn website don't even work no more. So in reality, above reality, it looks like Puff was just using all of that so he can get us to go vote for his precious Democratic Party. Exposed. And that's why the cape ain't coming on. That's why we ain't saving you. That's why when they raid your house, they raid your building, they raid every damn thing that you got, homeboy. Foundational Black Americans ain't coming to save you. Hold your own biscuits. And with Puff, I got to say pause, because he may take that and run with it and go in a whole different goddamn direction. That's what's happening when we call out these people, fam. You got to be careful, and you're going to see a whole lot more of them folks come around as we get closer to the election. I said that he was not on that Dame Dash. He was not on that Real Talk. Puff has been out here using folks for years, and now we all see exactly what is happening. Let's go down the lane. First off, when you start talking about him, look what's going on now. Look what's going on now. Oh, the chickens done came home to roost. Oh, yeah, the chickens done came home to roost. You did all of that right there. All of that talk. All of that right there. And this is what we end up getting in return. Look at this, fam. This is what done came down on him. This is what's got him hopping on that private jet. This is what got him staring into space, tapping his leg, and walking out the party. This right here.
First of all, let's start with the trigger warning that is listed on the front page of the lawsuit. It says that this of them. There's Diddy, his son, Justin Combs, the CEO of Universal Music Group, the CEO of Motown Records, which is the parent company of Love Records. There's a woman named Christina, who is the chief of staff to Diddy. There's Motown Records, Universal Music Group, Love Records, and some others. So there's a lot of defendants. Y'all gonna be sick of me, but another disclaimer. These are allegations. I am not saying they are true. I am not saying they are not true. I am simply telling you what Rodney Jones, the plaintiff in this lawsuit, is alleging happened. This is his version of events. Y'all got it? Here we go. The suit says that Rodney worked for Diddy from September 2022 to November 2023. It starts with an incident that happened on September 12th, 2022 at a recording studio. The suit says that there was a writers and producers camp at the studio, and on this specific day, Diddy, Christian Combs, and a third man named G were in a heated conversation. The conversation moves to a bathroom, and according to Rodney in this lawsuit, a firearm is discharged multiple times. A crowd that's at the studio gathers around the bathroom, and when the door finally opens, father and son exit the bathroom, and G remains on the floor in the fetal position, holding his stomach. Rodney says the crowd around just stood there, not giving any help, and so he tries to apply pressure for G and then asks someone to call the ambulance. The suit alleges that Diddy gave strict instructions to inform the police that he had nothing to do with this incident, and instead say that G was struck standing outside of the studio by a drive-by assailant. The lawsuit also includes several news articles regarding the incident, and Rodney says he has several witnesses to corroborate the story and will speak publicly if subpoenaed. It's also worth noting that according to TMZ, LAPD did investigate this incident and found that G was shot during a robbery outside of the studio and ended up just running into the studio after he was shot. In this lawsuit, Rodney says he still has clothes from that day and believes that they still may have stains and DNA from G.
What's going on at these parties, Puff? What's been going on? It don't look too good.
Lawsuit also includes pictures of the aftermath that are much too graphic for this video, but they are in the lawsuit. Rodney goes on to say that he lived with Diddy for months at a time, and while they lived together, Rodney alleges that he was the victim of constant, unsolicited, and unauthorized touching by Diddy. Rodney says he is a heterosexual Christian man, and after expressing his discomfort to Diddy's chief of staff, Christina, she responded, quote, "You know Sean will be Sean."
Sean will be Sean? Damn.
So the next part in the suit involves music producer Stevie J. Rodney says that he looked up and idolized Stevie J, and Diddy used that plus his access to Stevie J to entice Rodney. According to the lawsuit, Rodney says that Diddy shared a video of Stevie J doing some stuff and told Rodney, quote, "This is normal practice in the music industry. Look, even Stevie J is doing it." There are pictures included of what the suit alleges Stevie J is doing. And the suit goes on to say that Diddy told Rodney that he himself, Diddy, had engaged in a situation with a rapper, redacted, a singer, redacted, and Stevie J. The next situation detailed in the lawsuit is from Thanksgiving 2022. It alleges that Young Miami and her female cousins were at Diddy's Miami house, and while there, Rodney was in the bathroom, and Miami's cousin comes into the bathroom and essays Rodney, according to this lawsuit. While living with Diddy, Rodney also says that he was transported from California to New York, Florida, and the Virgin Islands, and during that time, he says he was forced to solicit work. He alleges that on or about February 2nd, 2023, he believes that Diddy gave him something. Rodney says he recalls waking up naked, dizzy, and confused, and in bed with some workers and Diddy. Rodney goes on to say that on or about February 4th, 2023, Diddy allegedly forced Rodney to bring people back to his Miami, Florida home. Rodney includes some pictures from that day and says he has some video that he can provide to the court. According to the lawsuit, Rodney was forced to recruit workers, and as a part of his recruitment tools, Diddy provided him with an exclusive bad boy baseball cap and required him to wear it to Booby Trap on the River, this place, as a signal to any worker that he approached that Diddy was in town, and had sent Rodney there to recruit them. Apparently, according to this lawsuit, these workers were accustomed to servicing Diddy and would know that he's in town by the sight of the the bad boy baseball cap. The lawsuit then includes Instagram profiles of 2 of the workers that Diddy allegedly required Rodney to solicit and engage with at his home in Miami. In the
Freeze. They say with a lot of these strange things that go on in Hollywood. Oh, and by the way, real quick, certified salute to Cat Williams, just keeping it a buck. Cat Williams, they was trying to tell us for years how crazy Cat was, right? Or we got to be very careful when the dominant society tells us how crazy somebody is. Remember they told us Michael Jackson was so crazy. Come to find out, Michael Jackson was buying Sony, all right? They told us how crazy Prince was. They tell us these people are all drug addicts. They only do that with us. If you look at the dominant society, family, you start seeing all of these different people who've been around for hundreds of years. Clive Davis, Tommy Mottola, all the executives. We know what Michael Jackson was saying about Tommy Mottola. We know about Tommy Mottola literally surveillancing and spying and having people follow Mariah Carey around. We know what Michael Jackson said. Mariah Carey came to him crying, so he had to embrace her. We all know it. Look up Michael Jackson talking about the music industry. We know, but y'all notice you don't never hear none of these stories about anybody from the dominant society. It only comes back on to foundational Black Americans. Black men in this industry don't make it out clean. But when you got people like Puff running around here, running all these games, it's a crazy, crazy thing. Look at Hollywood. Look at Hollywood and the way it all adds up. You can tell who's strange. You can tell who's not. Cat Williams, they were saying was on drugs. What Cat Williams said? Find me anything where I was doing drugs. They said Cat Williams was out here being violent. Find me anything where I'm out here doing that. Cat Williams said 2024 was going to expose a lot of people. Cat Williams had the biggest interview of the last 5 years, okay? And he said all of these different people. He named all of these different names, including Diddy. And now look, boom, one by one by one. Why? It's because it's something that all of us in Black society, we've been knowing for years. See, we ain't like the dominant society or these other groups. They be like, oh my God, I didn't know. We got our ear to the street. We are the streets, the Black grassroots. That's why we say the root. That's why we say root work. That means we locked in. We've been knowing all of this stuff. Now we just putting the names and the dates, okay? We crossing them T's, we dotting them I's, and you seeing everything. So when you see these people start showing up to parties, wearing the same hats, wearing the same clothes, these are little Hollywood secrets that's been going on for years. And Diddy, the main one who went all through the 90s era. Think about the 90s. All the rappers that came and went, folks that were getting harmed, people that disappeared, all the trials and tribulations. Puff, last man standing. All right, go through the 2000s. All the rappers that came, all the CEOs that came, all the A&Rs that came and went. Puff still around. All right, go through the 2020s. Puff still around. You see a picture with Puff, he's got his arms around Nelly and somebody else. Puff took that same picture with every single rapper that's ever came around. He knows how to always get in certain areas, pause. He knows how to get in certain positions, pause. He knows how to play the game because he's been playing ball with the dominant society for the longest. It just now is coming to light. Y'all remember Mace was saying these things. Remember, Mace was like, yo, when I left and I got out of Bad Boy, I could have been like Big or anybody. Mind you, Puff is the same guy that the night where Big was taken out, he was unalived. Puff was on a flight an hour later and he was going back to New York. Took all the publishing from Biggie. What the next thing he did? He made a damn song, I'll Be Missing You, and he became the artist. You got to know these things when you go back to this guy. This guy has been doing this for the longest time. We got to go down the list again. The Bad Boy curse. Everybody knows the Bad Boy curse. The Bad Boy curse is way where everybody's talking about death row and it was, man, Suge Knight. I remember telling people back in the day, Suge Knight, everybody's pointing at Suge, right? Oh, Suge's bad. Suge got Tupac killed. And I was telling everybody, you better look at Puff. Look what Tupac was saying about Puff back in the day. Oh, Puff's a good guy. Oh, no, Puff wouldn't do that. Pac was telling people about it. And people was all, Pac's just being angry. Pac's just being mean. 2024, 30 years later, all of that stuff then came back to light. And on top of new people, people like Cassie, these people is young. Puff was like 38. She was like 20. You know what I'm saying? Miami, little city girl, whatever. That's another young person. Y'all all remember the stories with Usher? Usher, when you watch Usher talk about Puff, they be real kind of quiet. He starts kind of tap dancing around. He don't really say all the things he really want to say. Usher will be real quiet. He'll be like, yeah, he had parties, but he kind of said this, but I didn't really go there. You know, straight up, Usher was traumatized by what was going on at them grooming parties. You know it like I know it. Usher just doesn't say anything. He just lets it go. You feel me? Puff is the same guy that came up with Anthony Harrell. He's the same guy who came up with Clyde Davis. Clyde Davis, and we all know the history with him. Go look up Clyde Davis. Go look up all the dirt. These music execs are just like the movie execs. We all know the nasty work that goes on. And Puff was handpicked by Clyde Davis. You mean to tell me Puff, who was a damn backup dancer, This man ended up getting this massive $1 million record label in the 90s out of nowhere, okay? Out of nowhere. Jermaine Dupri, his father was in the music industry. Yep. Suge Knight was a bodyguard. Suge Knight was Bobby Brown's bodyguard when Bobby Brown went on the My Prerogative tour, which Al Heyman, Floyd Mayweather's manager, put together, which is considered one of the biggest tours. Yes, Al Heyman is responsible for that. These people were in the industry. Puff came up, got hand selected, and then boom. Next thing you know, Puff is running around here. Puff was always protected by a lot of these W's in the industry. The same W's that got the same accusations about them that Puff has about him. Only difference is the W's will do that, live to be 229 years old, never get brought to justice. Puff, you getting broke. A tool will always be broken. A tool will always be used. And when you see a tool broke, you leave them where you found them. That is the case. That is what's been going on the whole time. These things don't come out of nowhere. Where there's smoke, there's fire.
This suit, Rodney says that Diddy used his power and influence to intimidate and force Rodney into soliciting and sleeping with women. He includes the phone number of a worker that he says Diddy required him to solicit and perform acts with at his home. Rodney.
That's the same thing we hear about with Usher. It's the same rumors that we heard with Usher. It's the same things, y'all. This is literally 30 years later. This is 30 years later, and we're hearing the same rumors with this guy that we heard with Usher way back in 1991. He went to go live with Puff in 1991, y'all. Come on.
Claims that Diddy used many tactics to maintain dominion and control over him, like promising him a Grammy for Producer of the Year for the Love album. Rodney says Diddy offered him $250,000 to purchase all of the instruments that he wanted. He says that Diddy promised him ownership of his $20 million property, One Star Island in Florida, and he promised him access to record label executives. But Rodney goes on to say that sometimes Diddy would switch it up. He would go from promising Rodney the world to threatening him with physical harm, including threatening him to eat his face.
Freeze. That's enough. That's enough. We all get the point. I ain't never heard no like that. Eat his face. Okay. That's what we're talking about. But let me ask y'all a question, though. Let me ask y'all a question. Yes. Let me ask y'all this right here. Is it really shocking? And are you really shocked that a guy with some of these real questionable things would be doing any of this? Look, whoa. Run that back. Look at that right there. Is that Harlem? Is that off the block? Is that hip hop? Come on now. Real funny style things right there, fam. Look at this. Y'all, man, there's 110 things I can say about that picture right there, y'all. There is 110 things I can say about that picture right there, about both of the people in that picture, but I'm not going to say it because I'm sure y'all have already said it in your minds. What the hell is that? Real strange behavior, y'all. So when we hear these accusations, come on now. Look, I'm just saying. Come on now. They say a picture's worth 1,000 words. We getting about 1 million out of that. This man is in. Okay. Proceed. Look at that, hanging out with Steve Stout. And that's why Puff right now. Whoa, no. That's Puff right now today. That's breaking news right there, family. That's new footage of Puff today. Puff is running. Puff is trying to get on that plane. He's trying to get up out of here. Because y'all know the internet is cold. And y'all know that they was going to come. And that's Puff right now. Everybody sees it. They's out to get Puff. And Puff is running. He's hiding. That's Puff today. That's him catching that plane to go see Russell Simmons out there in Cape Verde. Yep. Hold on. And that was Puff yesterday. Yep. He was in that white Bronco. OJ let him borrow it. And Puff said, all right, man, I appreciate that. I'll get it back to you. He said, don't worry about it. Just return it when you get back to America. Because we know right now that's exactly what Puff is doing. Puff is getting the hell out of Dodge because he ain't built for that. You're talking about a man that's literally, quote unquote, allegedly grooming young folks. You got stories from 30 years, not to mention all the other things that have been going on. And then you got that right there. Come on, family. I'm just saying. Puff is running and hiding. He did all that. That ain't how you navigate supremacy. All that black talk, black party, revolt summit, all that stuff he be doing, all that is to sound endearing to us. That's imposter talk. And I'm tired of it. Fam, we ain't putting the cape on for people. I don't give a damn. If you ain't on code and you ain't representing the community right, we ain't coming to save you. That's bottom line, point blank. If you save everybody who goes off code or starts trying to manipulate the system, then you ain't got a code. The code has to be disciplined. And the number one thing about having a code is that you don't give a damn about somebody's feelings. We don't care what Puff's feeling right now. That is on him. With the smoke's fire. If he's clean and everything's good, it'll come back and check out. But you don't need us whether you good or you bad. At the end of the day, it ain't got nothing to do with us. Bill Cosby, he got railroaded, on point, factual. Bill Cosby took that time, got out, threw up the peace sign, and he's the only person to beat the Me Too movement. Name me somebody who's beat the Me Too movement. Nobody. The Me Too movement has made everybody apologize. You got these big old rappers who talk all that G stuff, and what they all do, they apologize when them W's came looking for them. Yeah, Bill Cosby didn't. Bill Cosby said, I ain't apologizing, took the time and got out. Rappers go to jail for 1 week and be snitching on their whole team. Puff is doing the same exact thing right now. And when you start talking about that, the agenda, Puff got on board with all the little agendas. We know the agendas that they've been pushing on our community. Y'all remember that right there? Tell me y'all remember that. Tell me y'all remember that. Remember, first off, he switched his name to Love. He switched his name to Love. This man said, congratulations to Queen of Hip Hop, my sis Queen Latifah, proud of you, Queen. And then he says, Little Nas X did that. Be fearless. Y'all remember when Lil Nas X, the industry plant, was running around here, snuggling up next to all the people having them straight raunchy performances. And y'all know the dominant society puts a microphone in all these people's faces. Y'all remember that, right? Okay, we remember that. Well, what ended up happening, fam? Puff was the first one who came out and supported him. Puff came out and said, I'm on your side. I got your back. Do the damn thing, Lil Nas X. He was throwing the pom-poms all the way up. He was kicking his leg in the air for Lil Nas X. Yes, he was. Yes, he was. That same agenda that they've been trying to put on our community for the longest. You seen what? You seen Puff, Diddy, calling himself at this time Love, pushing that same agenda. Why was he pushing that agenda, family? Because he wants to create a world where the behavior that he's living any damn way is acceptable. Because he knew eventually what was done in the dark was going to come to light. Once all of the things that we're hearing about now, which we've already known, got exposed to the world in all these cases, he wanted to say, well, I was ahead of the curve, because you cannot run from your past. You damn sure can't run from your present, and you cannot fly all the way to the Caribbean to get away with it. That's not the only thing he did. Y'all remember when he did this? Y'all remember when he did this? This is just receipts. I said the receipts was going to be on fire. I said the receipts was going to be on fire. Remember when he hopped his ass on Vanity Fair? Y'all remember that? Yes, he did. He hopped on Vanity Fair real quick. He made that so fast. He's like, man, let me go ahead and hop on Vanity Fair, and I'm going to go ahead and take this picture. Look at that right there, y'all. From Puffy to Diddy to Love. That's what it says. That's what it says. It says the reinvention of Sean Combs. Yeah. Why was he trying to reinvent himself, y'all? Why? Because he knows that's the real him any damn way. Once again, alleged. If this is what it is, it's what it is. It's not on me. It's not up to what I say, okay? The fact is, what's done in the dark comes to light, and it looks real, real funny in the light as well. That's what's happening. So people have been on the internet, and they've been petty. The one with him trying to get away in the Bronco, the one with him running. But y'all know one of the most petty people ever, right? One of the most petty people in the world. He been, really calling out Puff for quite some time. And he was going to get on this real quick. Did y'all see this a few months ago? Did y'all see this? Surviving Diddy from executive producer Curtis 50 Cent Jackson. 50 be cold, and 50 been calling out Puff for years. 50 actually has a tape where he's telling everybody in the industry that they all know what Puff has been doing with the videos. A lot of things that came out in that case, y'all, are the same exact things that you were hearing 50 talk about long time ago. All the things, fam. When 50 was out there, 50 was saying, yep, Puffy was doing this, Puffy was doing that. Yes, 50 is petty, extremely. Surviving Diddy on Stars. And it's funny because Fifth was saying it. Fifth was calling it all out the whole damn time. Everybody was seeing it. And this is exactly what ended up happening. It was true. And if you watch, he's got interviews on The Breakfast Club. Just go ahead and Google it. Go ahead and Google it, man. You'll see interviews on The Breakfast Club with 50 being ultra petty. ultra. But here's the thing. Everything that he was saying was real. At least things that was coming out in a lot of these different cases that have been coming up on him. A lot of these different things have been popping up. And I'm just saying, 50 been saying it, and that's how it looked. And then there was also this very strange tweet that came out. Oh, I got receipts. A very strange receipt came out a couple months ago. Kanye West tweeted this out. Yes, he did. No lie. Kanye West tweeted this out. And it says, soon as I land, we'll meet face to face. Send me the address. And he said, NIGGA FUCKU, you fed. And that is from Diddy to Kanye. I'm just saying, I don't know the truth behind that. I don't know the parameters behind that. I don't know the issues behind that. All I'm saying is that when you look at it, it all adds up, y'all. It all adds up. It's real, real funny in the light again. That's what was said. That's what you seen. And everybody knows. It was tweeted out. It was very strange. A lot of folks at the time was wondering why. A lot of folks at the time was like, okay, what's this about? Maybe Kanye knows something that the rest of the world don't know. Maybe Kanye knows something that 50 Cent's talking about. Maybe the streets know what we've been talking about on this whole episode, that there's always been more going on with Puffy. That's all I know. That's all I seen. That's all we can say. But at the end of the day, when you look at it, I believe where there's smoke, there's fire. And there's some real strange occurrences going on out here in these streets. And it goes to show you, these people have been running these games for a long, long, long time. And that's just the way it's always been. Speaking of always been, family, it wouldn't be right if we didn't go all the way down the line. Let's look at some other things, fam. Some real, if that's funny style, look at a lot of this right here. Y'all know this story right here. Y'all know that. Yeah, Puffy, Tupac, Keefy D. Anybody who knows the story about Tupac, everybody knows it. Look at this. This is another thing where they're trying to put that Rico on Puff. Puff got more than just Cassie problems. Puff got more than just little funny style grooming cases. Nah, Assassin's Greed. Diddy paid $1 million for Tupac's assassination. Gangsta Keefy D claimed before arrest of the rapper's murder. Keefy D, all right? This real raggedy, sloppy ass dude right here. Everybody knows the story that he was working with the Southside Crips, Puffy was, and Puff allegedly paid $1 million to this guy. Keefy D has been running around for years, family. And what has Keefy D been doing? He's been snitching on himself. Keefy D's been telling the whole story. Dude made a book. Dude did a documentary. And every single time he talks, he kept talking about how Puffy was the one who paid him to assassinate Pac. That's what was told. That's what was told. Now, Keefy D ended up just getting arrested, I think at the tail end of last year, if I'm not mistaken. Real strange when he got arrested. Next thing you know, he started ratting on Puff. This should have been Puff's first sign that he better go ahead and get out of Dodge. This should have been Puff's first sign that you need to get to running, hopping, skipping, and jumping. Because you know, Keefy D told on himself. If the man told on himself, you know damn well he was fixing to start ratting on Puff. He was ratting on Puff in interviews. Yeah, and everybody knows it. Trust me, the dominant society been knows about Puff's role in all of this. But guess what? It didn't matter because Puff was playing ball. I believe Puff was snitching on all the people that was out there in the game. I believe Puff was out there tattletelling on everybody, and he was allowed to do all this. Mind you, he was hand-selected by these other communities. But that's another case, fam. Keefy D gets arrested. Everybody knows Keefy D is about to start ratting. Cassie comes with the case. Puff know on two sides. You got the implications with Tupac. You got Cassie. You got this young dude who just came out. Now everything that we've been calling out in the black grassroots with this guy is starting to really come. Yep. Keefy D turned state's evidence. You're right, Blueberry Muffin. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. You know, he was telling on the way to the courthouse. Telling everything. The man snitched on himself. These old, outdated guys. So if you add Keefy D and these guys to the laundry list of people that Puff has been looking real funny with, I mean, look, it self-explains itself. It self-explains, y'all. So that's another one. So he knows. And a lot of people been saying word on the street, any day, Puff was going to get raided. A lot of people been saying he was going to get raided. And it wasn't just this situation with this young man and Cassie. Everybody knows that Puff was about to get raided with the Keefy D situation because Keefy was snitching, tattletelling. So what did Puff do, y'all? Inside Sean Diddy Combs' decision to give his publishing rights back to Bad Boy artists. What did this man do, y'all? Look at this. This was a desperate attempt. This is how you know he's scared. That video we showed you of him at that party, and he wasn't even there. He was clocked out, checked out somewhere else. This shows you, fam. It says Sean Puff Daddy Diddy Combs' decision to give artists songwriting and publishing rights that he owns on songs from the 1990s. Okay? Out of nowhere, confirmed last week. Out of nowhere, surprising to put mildly and possibly unprecedented in its scale. At a time when music catalogs are routinely selling for 9 figures, let me clear that up, make that bigger for everybody. Selling for 9 figures, Puffy, he gives all this stuff back to everybody and awareness of publishing value at an all-time high. The decision to resign those rights to those songs, many of which were hits to the artists and songwriters, and it's highly unusual even for a man whose net worth was estimated by Forbes last year to be nearly $1 billion. He says, it's just the right thing to do, Combs told Variety last week. I think that we as an industry and as people have to look in the mirror and make a shift forward. It's about evolving, leading by example, and reforming an industry that needs it. The world that needs reform. This man trying to make it look like he's doing something for the world. Okay. Bad Boy Records, founded by Combs in 1993, hand-selected by Clyde Davis, is one of the most successful hip-hop and R&B labels of its era, with multiple platinum and gold releases by Notorious B.I.G., Mace, Craig Mack, Faith Evans, 112, The Lox, and Combs himself. Later signings include Shine, Danny DeCane, French Montana, Jillian, Moran, whatever her name is. The label continues to be active, although not in the same pace as the 90s and the 2000s. Okay, I will tell you, this is what he said, y'all. I will tell you one thing that I do want people to know, he confirmed. This was 2 years ago. Everything just taken care of now. It's not a publicity stunt or anything like that. Why would you feel the need to say that? Why do you feel the need to tell everybody that it's not a publicity stunt? If it's not a publicity stunt, you don't have to tell everybody. It should be fine. It sounds like it was a publicity stunt, and what you're trying to do is get everybody off the scent of that is what it actually was. Nah. Puff knew exactly what was happening. Puff knew exactly what was going on, and therefore he tried to get ahead of this thing so he can look like some type of philanthropist. He could look like some type of leader and generous. By the way, half the people who spoke about that situation, fam, they all say that the publishing wasn't worth nothing. They all say that it was trash. And not even to mention that, we all know that with him giving that back, everybody had to make put their signatures and create NDAs, non-disclosure acts. Yes, all of them had to. And you wouldn't get it back. He didn't say this in the article. You wouldn't get that back unless you give them that NDA. So that was all a part of the deal. They didn't say that in the article, though. It was all a part of the deal that you had to go ahead and get that non-disclosure act, basically never talking about him, never talking about his kids, never talking about his family, never talking about anybody unless you want your publishing. You better sign that damn thing. So there was all types of attachments. There were all types of tricks. There was all types of finagling that was associated with that law and with that deal that he made. So basically, in other terms, fam, Puff was fronting. And in other terms, fam, Puff was lying. So he was trying to look endearing, and he was trying to make it look like he was a good person. Puff knew what was coming down. The same way he's over there in Cape Verde right now, he knows what's coming down. Puff knew what was about to happen. So the first thing he did is he went ahead and he made everybody sign those acts. That's what he was up to. But fam, if you look, there's always been tragedy. What people say, they say you type in Puff, you type in tragedy, you see it all. So look at this right here, fam. Y'all remember Kim Porter, right? His baby mother, right? Y'all remember strange, mysterious things happening with Kim Porter out of nowhere. I'm just saying, y'all. I'm just saying, once again, all of this is alleged. All of it's alleged. This is just what we hear. This is just word on the streets. We're just reporting on what a lot of people have been saying for the longest amount of time. Everybody's been saying that Kim Porter has to deal with all of these things. We hear about allegations of abuse. Gene Deal, if you guys want to type up Gene Deal was Puff's bodyguard. He's the guy who said he told Puff that they were out to get Biggie in LA, and Puff said he didn't care. He said it didn't matter. He didn't give a damn what happened. And then boom, we all know what happened to Biggie. Okay. He's the guy who never gave Big's mother. Okay. Big's mother never got the publishing back. Never, never, never. He talks about publishing, right? Well, how come Biggie's mother never got any of the publishing back? Isn't that funny, right? Okay. What about Big? Nothing. Everybody knows some weird things started happening with a lot of people that were around him. Yep. Okay. Well, check this out, family. When you start looking at everybody that's associated with Bad Boy, including his baby mother, Kim Porter, out of nowhere, Kim Porter mysteriously just passed away. Mysteriously. Now, we all know that there's stories that Puff used to have her phone tapped. He would have it wired. He would be listening to her. He would be keeping in close contact to her. And out of nowhere, she just mysteriously passed away. And I remember at the time thinking, okay, that's kind of strange. That's kind of odd. And then a lot of people start coming out and saying the same exact thing, which makes you wonder, right? Okay, well, look at this. This is another receipt right here that comes out kind of strange, y'all. Was Kim Porter's death mysterious? Porter's death was initially mysterious as the cause of her sudden passing was not immediately established after an autopsy? That sounds a lot like when brothers and sisters are harmed by race soldiers and it takes them quite some time to ever bring us back the truth. They'd be like, we don't know yet. Let's figure out. We'll have to look into the truth of the story and then maybe we'll see. It's very funny anytime that happens, right? Okay. They said the Los Angeles County Coroner's Office stated that the cause of death was deferred pending additional test. That's even more odd. Very strange, right? Additional test and they can't figure it out. Okay. So everybody was wondering what's really going on with this whole situation. It just looks, once again, very odd. Let's go back. Biggie, Puff begs him to come to LA. Yes, he did. Shine, Puffy basically throws him in jail and doesn't help him out at all. Okay. Loon becomes an Orthodox Muslim. Okay. G-Dep turns himself in. Black Rob dies broke. Very, very, very strange. And right, you're absolutely right. Absolutely right. She was writing a tell-all book. Yes, she was. She was writing a tell-all book about what was going on with this guy. Yes, she was. And if anybody remembers, this is when Puff was running around with that group talking about I'm coming home and whatever the hell that group was. It was whack. He was running around here on that. He was trying to make it look like he was a family man. He did a whole little documentary with MTV talking about how down he was. Very strange, man. Very strange things. She was writing a tell-all book. And then I forget the gentleman's name. It was something Shakur. I forget the name. It was I forget the guy's name. It was something Shakur. And he was actually dating Kim Porter. And then he mysteriously ended up disappearing. I mean, he ended up getting harmed, I guess. I don't know. He ended up passing away. This guy was also doing that. Yes, I ain't forget about Craig Mack. No, I spoke about Craig Mack. Craig Mack ended up in some cult in Carolina, and he passed away. Certified salute. Rest in peace to Craig Mack. Craig Mack ended up going to some cult, and he ended up passing away of heart disease, if I'm not mistaken. Out of nowhere, everybody was like, what? You seen the pictures of Craig Mack, and they were kind of shocked. They were like, whoa, what happened to Craig Mack? Well, what ended up happening to Craig Mack, we don't know because Puff basically just threw him away. Yes, the Kid Cudi situation. Okay, Cassie makes the claim, and Cassie says that Kid Cudi, Puff blew up his car. All right, and then guess what? Kid Cudi comes out and says, yep, I can confirm that. There's some strange things. Type in Puff and type in tragedy. This is what happens when you have somebody who's been shilling for the dominant society. All these things happen, yes, for years, and they just let it slide. And now that tool is getting broken because he's not useful anymore. They said, however, with Kim Porter, later on, they said that her cause of death was pneumonia, and it was confirmed later. The manner of her death was certified as natural. This information sheds light on the circumstances surrounding Porter's passing and provides clarity regarding the initial death reports. Very, very odd and very strange, everybody is saying, because when you look at it, she's making a book. The gentleman Shakur, who was dating her, I forget his name, he was the same way. Yep, I'll be sure. Yes, indeed, brother Eastside. I'll be sure. Out of nowhere, I'll be sure got real ill, just like that. I'm talking about people just boom, done, boom, out of nowhere. People are wondering, like, what the hell happened? What the heck? Just gone. Either people are joining strange religions, joining religious cults, or these people are just having very strange things occur to them. And Puff is still popping bottles and having parties. This man done had parties throughout all of this. Go back to Big. Go back to the early 90s, okay? Because if I'm not mistaken, he was involved in a case where him and Heavy D, I think, they threw a party and there was a stampede and a bunch of people were getting crashed and stepped over. All right, Puff got out of that. Okay, everybody knows he was involved with Pop. Got out of that. All the evidence shows that he was begging me. I personally believe that Biggie came to L.A. and Puff knew that somebody from Bad Boys getting hit. Gene Deal said he was getting phone calls every day telling people. People was telling him they're coming to get y'all in L.A. They said, Puff said, we don't care. Puff begged him to go. He told Big, come. Got to. Big was supposed to be in the UK. That's where Biggie was supposed to go. Yes, Big was supposed to go to the UK. Puff said, come here, come to this party, come work on my album. And I believe he knew that the streets was hot. Man, little kids knew, okay? I remember being a baby. And I knew that they shouldn't be out in LA. And he brought Big, boom. Gene Deal tells everybody that he was telling them, hey, man, you got to get up out here, man. It's getting real out here in the streets. And Puff said, I don't care. I believe he knew, and he thought that Pac's gone. I'll basically give y'all Big, and that'd be the end of the street beef. Either he knew or he didn't know, and he just really didn't care. But it looks real funny in the light. So we looking at that real funny. So you got that. Puff is still partying. You got the situation, like I said, with Heavy D back in the day. Puff still partying. Tupac still partying. We just talked about that. I'll be sure out of nowhere just gets real ill. Come on, Puff still partying. Kim Porter's boyfriend. Boom, Puff still partying. He threw Shine in jail. Okay, just set Shine up. Still partying. Loon still partying. G-Dep still partying. Black Rob still partying. The only person that really got off was the Locks, 112, and Mace. That's pretty much it. Maybe Total and Faith Evans, but they were just, doing their little thing, R&B. The people that was really around Puff, Mace and him. Remember when Mace retired, everybody's like, man, what the hell Mace doing? You know what I'm saying? And then out of nowhere, come on, like it was strange. And Mace to this day says, you'll never ever hear Mace really flip-flop. Mace has the same exact story. Mace be telling people, Mace be like, yo, it was some weird stuff going on with Puff, and I got out of there and I made it. That's just the truth. Everybody knows this man been dirty. And in the system of supremacy, the only way this stuff goes down is if you've been playing ball. So we're not surprised, family. This ain't deep. This ain't complex. All right. This is the simple. A man was selected and recruited to serve the dominant society in the hip hop world. They gave him benefits. They provided cover. They allowed him to have these weird parties. They allowed him to do the grooming. They allowed him to get everybody around him harmed. As long as he was doing things like starting a black party to get black folks to go vote for Joe Biden, long as he was pushing these broken agendas on us, it was all good. And when the dominant society is done using their tools, they break them. And that's exactly what's happening right now. Everybody says, wait till you hear the names to come out on that list. Names ain't going to come out on this list. That's not how it works. It's all going to be on him. Look at this one that just popped up. Prince Harry name dropped in bombshell $30 million sex trafficking lawsuit against Sean Puffy Combs. Look at that. Ain't that strange, y'all? Ain't that strange? But I guarantee you one thing. Y'all. Promise you this. I promise you Prince Harry ain't going to have no issues. I promise you that. I promise you everything is going to be just fine for him. Puff is going to have to deal with this all by himself. That's the way the system of supremacy works. We said that all of us, everybody listening right now, the whole certified foundational Black American grassroots, we said that we were going to teach on this episode. This is going to be a teaching lesson on the do's and the don'ts of being in the system of supremacy. We do not trust the supremacists. We do not rock with the supremacists. We keep a close eye on all the supremacists. Therefore, we stay out of all these scandals. People like Puff, they accept the butter biscuits. They accept all the trinkets. And then they do the wildest thing. And then they get this type of strife and turmoil. It's just the way the game is played. It's just the way the game is played and the way the ball bounces. That is it. Bottom line, point blank. I got to bring this up too, family, because y'all just mentioned this too. And we had this receipt definitely, and we got to show this as well. Look at this right here. Real jealous dude, right? Real jealous guy. Yeah, look at this man. Look at him. Kid Cudi confirms Cassie's story that Diddy allegedly blew up his car. Come on. So Cassie says in the same lawsuit that we all were looking at, the lawsuit has it all documented. She comes out and she straight up says, Puffy, Diddy, Love, or whatever they want to call him, he was super jealous of her relationship with Kid Cudi. So therefore, he went ahead and he had this dude's car firebombed. Okay, cool. We get it. Next thing you know, Kid Cudi comes out and he says, yep, that's exactly what happened. Damn. I mean, he wasn't even holding back. This kind of just shows you. It just came out, boom, admitted, everybody moves on. Yeah, everybody just moves on. So what does that tell you, fam? A lot of those things in there. I'm sorry, if the car bombing and all that was real, then probably a lot of things, family, is real as well with that case. So it shows you again, this guy has been operating completely good. See, I told you, just like with Candace Owens, all right? Just like with her, she started getting to the point where what? She thought she was a W woman. She thought that she did not have to play by the same rules as all other black people. She thought that she could do whatever she wanted to do and she'd be just fine. And she found out the hard way. This is what happens with the dominant society. When the dominant society comes down on these people, these folks really believe that it's them. And they get so used to getting passes. They get so used to having their way. They never fathom a time where they're going to have to deal with consequences. See, it's all good when they out here selling out black folks. It's all good when they out here trying to get us to go vote for the Democratic Party. Oh, they ain't got no problems in. And they same thing with Candace Owens. Candace was running around here thinking everything was sweet. She thought it was cool to go ahead and sell us out. And then she said, well, you know what I'm going to do now? Now I'm going to start talking about that other community. All right. Now I'm going to start talking about Taylor Swift. Now I'm going to start talking about all these other groups out here. You better not. Hell no, you better not do that. You have one job, and that one job is to sell out black folks. You are not to start crossing over. You are not to start talking about the dominant society. You are not out there to talk about Karen and Ken. The moment you do, you're going to get broke. Oh, yes, you will. Oh, yes. And ain't it funny, family, that all of the things that Puff has been associated with, all of the different people who were black, let's go there, all the people that were black that Puff has been associated with in terms of harming, you don't see and you never saw Puff getting any form of reprimand for those stories. You never heard any of that. You never heard any of that. That was never heard. When you hear about Kim Porter, I'm not just talking about Kim Porter mysteriously passing away. When you talk about all of the documents and all the evidence and all the stories about how he used to physically assault her, no talk. You didn't hear nothing. The dominant society didn't come swooping in then, right? When you hear about all these rappers, you didn't see the dominant society come swooping in. When you start hearing about Keefe D and putting money on folks, you didn't hear none of them come swooping in. As soon as a person of color, a lighter complected individual makes one complaint about him, then they come in to take everything away from him. You do not play games with the system of supremacy, okay? You don't trust them, you stay away from them, and you stay about black empowerment. Not fake black empowerment, not running around here acting like you down, acting like you one of us, trying to get us to vote for Joe Biden. No, you don't. All the things that Puff did when it came to all these different black folks, nobody said nothing. Nobody said a word. It was all sweet. It was all dandy. As soon as Cassie, okay, a lighter complected person, a non-black person, made the first claim, oh, they swooped in fast as hell. They swooped in fast as hell. They said, nope, They said, we won't be having none of that. You're not going to do that to Cassie. Nope, nope, nope. Remember when he was out here chasing J-Lo? Y'all remember that? Remember, Puff was out here chasing J-Lo left and right. Puff was out here putting it on the line. While Kim Porter, his black baby mother, was getting abused, and he basically left her, okay? He was out here chasing J-Lo. J-Lo left him for a backup dancer. And what did J-Lo end up doing, family? J-Lo ended up taking her ass right back on over to her community. She was with Ben Affleck 3 weeks later. Yes, she was. Then she went to Mark Anthony, then A-Rod. She went back to her people. So while Puff was selling out his people, his sister, baby mother, yes, then out of nowhere, fam, Puff did what? Puff said, well, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and just go on back to where I really want to be. And the next thing you know, he popped up with Cassie. It's the same thing, fam. You never seen any reprimand because this whole system, the one thing that we can all learn and we can all understand about this episode, about all the elements surrounding not only P. Diddy, but also Candace Owens, the one thing we can learn is that we are all in the system of supremacy. We are all victims of an anti-black race war. And what we do is we focus on self, we delineate from everyone else, and we make sure that we keep it certified, foundational Black American, and everything else is not our concern. Because the moment you start tap dancing with these folks, the moment you start taking them butter biscuits, the moment you start thinking it's you, and you better than everybody, and you good, and you ain't got nothing to worry about, and you can just go over here and hang out with the dominant society and have these little parties, that's when they come crashing down right back on you. And that is what Puff and everybody is learning. Name me one person that has ever sold out the community and ever made good. There ain't none. Every single person that has ever sold out foundational Black Americans for some butter biscuits, they have all had to face the fact that they will be broken sooner or later. That's why, what do, y'all? We sit back and we just wait. We just wait, we wait. We don't have to call these people out 24/7. All we got to do is just watch. We just watch. And this has been the year of broken tools. So we've been seeing it more now than ever. We've been watching people get broke every day in this generation. They got Fannie Willis on trial right now. She thought she was smooth, right? She thought she was going to do all the dirty work for the dominant society. Broke. Eric Adams, broke. Okay, they done literally ran up in his house. He's getting Me Too. They Me Too Eric Adams on Thanksgiving. Yes, they did. Eric Adams, tour broke. Brandon Johnson in Chicago, bringing in all the migrants. What's happening with him, y'all? He literally had a nervous breakdown. That is Eric Adams, Brandon Johnson, Fannie Willis. You're seeing Candace Owens on both sides. All these folks running around here talking about going red and going blue, all that kind of stuff. Yep, the dominant society don't know colors. They don't know nothing. The only color they know is W, all right? That's the only color they know. They know W, and they know if you one of them or you ain't. That's all they know. People out here fighting about Master Joe, Donald Trump. They're talking about conservative, liberal. Look at what Candace Owens is doing, and look how she just got broke. They break Republicans too. Yes, they do. They break Democrats as well. All the people gonna get broke. The only ones who will not get broke are those who are unbreakable. Foundational Black Americans. What I say, we're untouchable, unbreakable, unmatched, and stronger than ever. We cannot be broke. Why? It's because we navigate through the system of supremacy by being independent. We navigate through the system of supremacy by being about self. These people aren't. They think they're going to play these games, and these games always come back to you. And what do they end up being, family? What we've been talking about right here on this episode, for those who missed it, racially homeless, y'all. The act of selling out the Black community to appease or perform for other groups. Once they get rid of you, you attempt to crawl back into Black society. Yeah, they try to crawl back to Black folks. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. You can't do it, y'all. You can't do it. Racially homeless. That's what's happening. First, you become a tool. Then that tool gets broken. And then you try to crawl your ass back on over to us. And we just don't accept your resume. We don't accept it. And there's more to come. I promise you this year, y'all. This year, we will see more and more broken tools. This is just the beginning. It's just the beginning. We know what Cat Williams was talking about. But that's over there on that side. I'm talking about the whole spectrum. I'm talking about everybody, y'all. Everybody is going to see the facts, fam. We are going to see tool breaking in 2024, 2025, unlike ever before. No tool, no tap dancer, no sellout will ever be able to beat this tool breaking system. No. It's coming, and it's coming full go. And that's the most beautiful thing. We're going to sit back and watch it. Don Lemon, yep. I don't know if you've seen it earlier. I put up the picture of Don Lemon. Let me throw that back up here so everybody can see it. If you missed it earlier, let me show you what Don Lemon is doing. Don Lemon broke. And what's that? What do they do, y'all? Look at the definition. They attempt to crawl back into Black society so we can help them out or assist them. And we say no. It used to be good. They had it sweet out here in these streets. They used to be able to sell us out. They used to be able to squill, backstab us for butter biscuits. And then they would crawl back to us and black folks would say, come on home. There was no reprimand for selling us out. So people would come into our community to sell us out all the time. Once we got on code, this generation, once we got stern, this generation, once we quit playing games, this generation, we changed everything. I told you, if you ever wanted to be a part of changing the world, you're doing it right now. The black grassroots is changing the world. We break it down. It's clear. We already know. We done ran through it. You start talking about reparations, tangibles, anti-black, the way we walk, the way we talk, the way we move. Everybody knows that we are untouchable. The only difference is now we're affecting everybody else. Said it. We now have the power to regulate people. Back in the old days, remember we said, well, we don't have an economic system or we don't have a political system. So therefore we can't reprimand folks. Shit. We reprimanding folks all the time right now. We got literally politicians that got to come see us or we're going to see them. We got Stacey Abrams way over in Nigeria right now. Only time she came back to America, I seen her. Y'all ain't seen her since. Stacey Abrams came back to America, went to Savannah. I went up there to go see her. They rolled her out the room, sent her back. We are affecting political campaigns. We're affecting politicians, music moguls, Republicans, and Democrats. They can't crawl back home. We got the power to reprimand. Yes, we do. We got the power to change the election by sitting out the whole process, sitting on the couch. We can do whatever we want to do. Can't nobody tell us nothing, y'all. The power is here. Don't let nobody tell you we ain't got power. We got all the power to go ahead and put some consequences and some repercussions on people and have them just like that right there, y'all. Have them just like that. What they gonna do, y'all, when they get stuck like that? What they gonna do when they in that situation where the last thing they got is they got to bow all the way down? They don't like it, but they're gonna have to live with it. Yes, they'll try to work for food. You know why they coming asking us for butter biscuits, y'all? I'm gonna tell you why they gotta ask us for butter biscuits. The reason why they gotta come and ask us for butter biscuits because the dominant society is not giving them no more. The dominant society is not handing them out butter biscuits. So they got to say, well, maybe the black folks will come give me some butter biscuits. Nope. Hell no. Hell no. You ain't get nothing from us. You ain't get nothing from us. You better try again. You better go on back. You better go on back. You made your bed. Now you're going to have to lay in it. You made your decision. If that's your decision that you feel that you want to go ahead and do some tap dancing, I hope it was worth it. I hope it was worth it. And don't let nobody come around and say, man, we just gonna let another black man go down. No, if that black man is off code, we didn't take him down. He took himself down. All right. And well, Puff, that could mean a whole different thing. But I want to show y'all this too. Look at this tweet that came out, y'all. Check this tweet out. Candace Owens, or Scandalous Blowins, she actually talked about the Puffy situation. She said the feds are currently raiding Diddy's house. They already knew that what he was up to, but he is going to be the fall guy so that they can protect the people at the top of the ring. They are raiding his home to hide evidence, not to find it. That's how it works. Blowins. You still just ain't figured it out. Didn't we say she just needs to have a butter biscuit and shut up? You know how they tell us shut up and dribble? Okay. She needs to shut up and have a butter biscuit and sit her ass down. She just still doesn't understand, y'all. She still doesn't understand. What she's saying right there, that they're going to go ahead and slide some butter biscuits over and they trying to hide things and all that. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, that's what they're trying to do. Yep, okay, we got that. We understand that. But here's the problem. You're going to go right along with Puff right there on the corner. And them same W's that you talking about, because that's really who you talking about, the top people on the top, yeah, those same W's, they not going to be coming to save you. Them same W's are going to be the same exact ones who are leaving you hanging right now. She's trying to find a canceled, buck-broken, racially homeless friend. Let me say that one more time for your mind. She's trying to find a canceled, buck-broken, racially homeless friend. That's what she's up to, y'all. And she knows damn well that if she can get on Puff's side, maybe they can share a nice little cot on the ground. Maybe they can share a nice little comforter. Maybe they can share a nice little cardboard box, y'all, because that is what racially homeless people do. And that's what we've been making them, fam. Certified salute. Man, you guys know, man, I told you we was bringing the heat today. This was one of my best episodes. I ain't gonna lie. We got like 960-something people in here. We're getting close to that 1K in the live. But we're going to bring that home. Definitely, that's what we do. But we're going to keep grinding. We're going to keep working every single week, y'all. We broke down every element of this community. It's all about us. That's why I love all of y'all. That's why I love the community. That's why I love, you see it. I love right there. Yes, yes, indeed. I love being a certified foundational Black American. I love certified Black society. I love all of you guys in the chat, every last one of you. Let me say this, by the way. Everybody who supports the channel, all the cash apps and everything that you guys send me, I appreciate you so much. You know, I wish I could say all your names, but I know a lot of y'all don't want me to put it all out there. But I know, and I hear, and I know every single last one of you. I know all your names. I got it all locked in. I appreciate you so much for appreciating the work that we do over here on the Black Alpha Network. The grind don't stop. We're going to always grind. We're going to get stronger. We're going to keep putting in that work. Nothing stops. But I know everybody who supports the channel, those who watch, those who donate, I appreciate you very, very, very much. All of that, I just take and I fuel us, man, to make it even stronger so we can go to another level, man. We can take this all the way up to the top, and we will not stop for nobody, man. But I know everyone, and I want to let you know that from the bottom of my foundational Black American heart, I appreciate you. I respect you. I'm truly humble and grateful to share a lineage with all of you. Thank you very much, man, for tapping in with the Black Alpha Network. It means a lot to me, you guys. Hopefully, I get to see all of you guys in the next coming months. Looks like I'll probably see y'all in D.C., you know what I'm saying? Chicago, Atlanta, wherever, man, wherever it calls. It could be a small town. Like I said, every piece of concrete and every blade of grass that is within these 50 states, our 50 states that we created, we can do and we can go anywhere we please, and can't nobody tell us nothing. We're not out here trying to appease somebody else. We're not out here trying to work for somebody else. What we are doing, family, is we're working together. There's a difference between working for somebody and then working together with your family. We're working with our family. That's why we're getting so much done. That's why we're accomplishing so much, and we are just getting going. Fam, if they don't like us now, when we going 100 miles an hour, they're going to hate it when we going 200 miles an hour with the top drop back. Certified Foundational Black America. That FBA flag is waving high in that FBA sky, and we are Foundational Black American Certified Black Society. So with that said, you guys, I wish everybody in your family peace, love, and prosperity. I hope you guys all stay good, stay safe, stay vigilant, nice and healthy, nice strong. I will see you all back here next week, and we're going to regulate some more folks. We're going to put some more receipts on the table, and we're going to do it the FBA way and let the whole world know that it is only us and nobody else. So with that said, man, y'all stay good. Enjoy the rest of your night. Enjoy the rest of your week. Certified salute to all of you guys. And like we always say right here on the Black Alpha Network, and always remember that Black is beautiful, and beautiful is always Black. Peace and love, Foundational Black American Certified.
Kid, what y'all think? If you whatever the fuck you think you are, and until we own some shit, I'ma call it like it is. How you gonna be a man and we starving? Go ahead. You know? And you can walk by 5 different houses, ain't a man in either one of them motherfuckers. How we gonna be a man? How we gonna be African Americans? And we out here done. We done, and we niggas until we set this shit right. Trust me when I tell you that shit.